Burgess down on the boundary for Elite Building and Construction. Sky, how are conditions out there?
It is a pretty good day for footy down here, Panda. It's 15 degrees. It's a bit cloudy. The sun is just trying to peek through at the moment. I've got to say the ground is feeling a little bit damp and a little bit soft, so might be the challenge for the boys to stay on their feet today. But it is in way better condition than the Button Park that we've been at.
Absolutely, not hard for that, Sky. Is there any breeze out there to speak of? I'm looking at the trees on the far side. It looks pretty dead to me.
Yeah, absolutely nothing at the moment, so we'll see how it progresses as the day goes on.
Alrighty, Julian Hayes, the North Albury stand-in captain for George Goody, going to the centre to meet the umpires now, and Alex Markley will meet him, the captain of the Rovers. Have to say, Lukey, gee, the umpires are out late, weren't they?
Yeah, we're just saying that, Panda. They did. They came on from the netball court end, so they marched out there now in their little brigade. I'll tell you what, Panda, just having a look at Liam Heatherton, himself and Josh Minogue, they're almost twins.
So, if you are just joining us, there is a late change for North Albury, and you've just brought that up. So Liam Heatherton has come into the selected lineup. He's an 18-year-old kid, and he will make his debut today. So well done to Liam Heatherton as we cross back down to Sky for the toss of the coin.
They've just thrown it up now. Let's just wait and see. So Wang Rovers have won the toss, and the boys have picked to go Evans Street end of the ground.
So to the right of your radio dial. So if you are just joining us, Liam Heatherton, a late in for the North Albury Hoppers. He's an 18-year-old kid, plays Murray Bushrangers, comes from the thirds program, played an under-16s flag at North Albury, so as a North Albury junior, and also Toby Hunt was selected. He is making his debut today for the North Albury Hoppers. Once again, a North Albury junior, so two North Albury juniors making their debut today, Lukey.
Yeah, very good for those two boys, so good luck to them. And again, Panda, I can't believe how much Liam Heatherton looks like Josh Minogue. They would pass as brothers and very close to being twins.
Absolutely. He's got the long blonde locks. He'll play a little bit in the ruck today and a little bit forward. So, yeah, he definitely does look like Joshy Minogue. No stats today for 40 Winks. We're a little bit short in terms of our staff here at O&M Live. So maybe if you're listening, you want to come down here and pencil in a couple of stats.
Yep.
Jump on for 40 Winks, but no stats today. Sky Burgess, we'll go back down to the boundary for Elite Building and Construction. Who are you picking in this one and why, Sky?
I did pick North. I would like to see them get up. I think it's going to be a matter of which Wang Rovers shows up today. If they show up on form, they can probably get away with it, but I would like to see North win, so I'm going to stick with my gut.
Lukey Francis, who wins for you and why?
Yeah, I went with the Hoppers, Panda. I have seen the Rovers in their last two, and they have been a little disappointing. So I want to see them respond today, but I just think the Hoppers' depth in the last couple of weeks has run a little deeper. So I'm going with the green and gold. What about yourself?
I think the Wangaratta Rovers will be breathing fire. They've had a week off. They've rested up. They get a few players back today. They get Kieran Parnell. They get Will Nolan. They get a few others back into the lineup, Lockie McCartney. So I just think here on their home deck, they might be a little bit too strong for the North Albury Hoppers. So both sides are going to their respective positions as we speak. The Wangaratta Rovers and the North Albury Hoppers. And our 15-6-3-E match of the game is all thanks to A-grade oils and batteries in this opening term. Blake Panda Escott with you, Luke Francis. Just watch out for some matchups here. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like Jackson Wiedemann's going to start in the ruck for the Hoppers, Panda.
Interesting call. I like to see that. He was really good in the last quarter against the Lavington Panthers last week in the showdown, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, Tim Broomhead's dyed his hair black.
And it looks like Sam Murray has started at full forward. And Fletch Ramage has gone straight to him. Opening term underway. Here's Lukey Francis for A-grade oils and batteries.
Here we go. Wiedemann with the first kick out of the middle. A long one on the left foot, just over the top of Nathan Dennis. Got a bad bounce. Here comes Caden Winter. Over the top to Keith Talent. There's a whistle and a free kick's been given away. We'll have a look here. I reckon Caden Winter's going to receive it. So this would be a terrific start to the green and gold. Let's have a look.
It's Keith Talent, I reckon, Lukey.
He's paid it to Keith Talent, so he was pointing towards Caden Winter, but Keith Talent is going to be the recipient. He's going to have a shot from 35 out directly in front of a netball court end.
Kicked 3 goals last week against Lavington, so he's got a bit of confidence, Lukey. Let's see if he puts it through.
Here he goes, Keithy. Can he get them underway at WJ Finlay? He does. It's young talent time early, and they lead 6-0 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard, North Albury. And the Macca's time clock, we'll just have a look here.
Going about a minute, Lukey.
Got about 60 or 90 seconds here. We'll go back down to you, Sky, for Elite Building and Construction.
just like that, hey, first goal of a game like this, it's going to mean a lot to the boys, and you could certainly hear it down here on the bench. They're excited and they are pumped up.
Yeah, beautiful. So play about to recommence in the middle of a ground, but that is the start they wanted. The visitors right here at WJ Finlay, and they are underway.
Just like me, Lukey, I know we're coming to the WJ Finlay Oval. There's no electric scoreboard and time clock here, and I forgot to put my little stopwatch on. I've got it going now.
It happens, Panda.
It always does. Brody Philo reefed off this football by Penny, who's won a contested ball for the Hoppers in the middle of the ground. On to Julian Hayes. Kicks the ball to half forward. Leighton Taylor just left the footy behind. Parnell handballs it to Boyd. He's in a lot of trouble, Tom Boyd. Not sure he got rid of that. Holding the ball. A great tackle by Leighton Taylor for North Albury. He's going to send him back inside 50. Poor kick. Was looking for the leading target of Josh Minogue, but getting back in the hole was Xavier Allison for the Rovers. He switches the footy nervously, and Parnell dropped a sitter. They're under the pump here, the Rovers. Duncan's there. Also Winter. And the umpire says holding the ball.
Oh.
And it's a free kick to the Wangaratta Rovers. Luckily, talent was on the bottom of that. Kieran Parnell makes up for his mess. He dropped an easy chest mark in defence, and the Rovers have it in the left back pocket.
Oh, wasn't it lucky? Parnell, short to Philo, so a 15-metre kick. And then Brody, another short one to Alex McCarthy. He's having a great season for the Wang Rovers. A robust player, and when he goes forward, he's very dangerous as well. He's a difficult matchup. He heads down to the flank. Lewis is out there. Wiedemann tries to wrap him up. Lewis got his handball away. Knocked out. He's Garish. Winter got it up for the Hoppers. Play goes on. Penny spins out of trouble. Gets an entry forward again for the Hoppers. Parnell went early.
Free.
And it is a free kick. And Nathan Dennis is going to receive it. So the Hoppers have started well here, and the majority of players been in their forward 50, Sky.
Yeah, that you can really feel, I think the thing about North Albury is even though they're second on the ladder, they've still got that want of an underdog, and they are out here to prove a point today. I absolutely love to see it. Talking
of great seasons, Nathan Dennis has been fantastic for the North Albury Hoppers since crossing from the North Wagga Saints in the Farah Football League, and he starts with a goal today, Nathan. So 12 plays nil here on the Game Traffic and Contracting scoreboard at WJ Finlay, and we have gone 3 minutes on the Macca's time clock, Sky.
Yeah, I can just see Wang Rovers are really getting clarification from the umpire.
Jumped way too early and got in the back a little bit of Nathan Dennis. So a hot start here for the Hoppers. You want to start well at the WJ Finlay Oval when you come to play the Rovers, and they lead by 2 straight kicks. Goals to Talent and to Nathan Dennis. Catapan on this footy, as well as McCarthy. Philo, the Rovers flick it back to Nolan on the point of the square. Left foot kick out wide, finds McCarthy on centre wing. Low darting kick. On the lead was Justin Lewis. Hand pass it to Shag and Olin. Good pressure comes from the Hoppers. Ball on centre wing. Catapan off a step for the Rovers. Kicks it to half forward. Mark Lou got rid of Weaven illegally. And it's a free kick here to the Hoppers at right half back through Harry Weaven, who's having a wonderful season, Lukey.
Yeah, Weaven in possession, Panda, and here he goes with a 35 to 40 metre kick down the line. Big fist from Jace McQuaid over the top. Josh Minogue appealing for a free kick, but the umpire said no. That was well and truly fair. So the ball's gone out of bounds here, right as centre wing on the far side.
Couple of matchups, Lukey. Looks like Jace McQuaid has got the job on Josh Minogue. And just repeating, Sam Murray's playing out of the square and Fletcher Ramage on Sam Murray.
Blake Escott and Luke Francis calling for the Wang Motor Group this afternoon on 15-663 and O&M Live. And Sky Burgess boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. Here goes Hayes. Kick was smothered by Nolan. McCarthy couldn't reel it in. Here goes Jack Garish, and he burns away. Not the best of kicks off the boot. And then Lewis tried to get rid of King. Spun back inside. Lewis back inside to Marklew. And then right foot snap around his body. Alex, that is a ripper. And a steal on goal of the day here at WJ Finlay. The Rovers get there first. Sky, that was impressive.
That was extremely smart. Unfortunately, North Albury's defence just got sucked into that ball out on the wing. And Alex Markley was smart enough to stay 20 metres back on his own and just wait for the ball to come to him. And then he gets a shot on goal like that. You just can't allow that kind of space for a player of that calibre.
Well done, Sky Burgess, boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. Great analysis. Set at the back there, Alex Marklew, and recipient of a steal line goal that A contender. So that's his first goal in a couple of weeks. Alex Marklew, he's had a bit of a lean run, just like the Wangaratta Rovers over the last fortnight or so, and a confidence booster for the brown and gold. So we played just over 6 minutes. 6 plays 12. The Hoppers lead. Broomhead wasn't able to get hands. Philo weaves through a couple. Low darting worm burner inside 50. Well picked up by Weaven. On to King. Chisels it back through the middle of the ground. His intended target, Hayes, fell over. Philo for the Rovers now. Sweeps it out to Garish. Goes inside 50. Murray dropped a chest mark. Fends off Weaven. Then kicks it back into the centre. It's going to land here for a teammate. I think going without it was Osborne. Wanting a high free kick, the Rovers. They don't get one. King over the footy. Lots of players over this pill. And it looks like we're going to have a ball up. No, holding the ball and a free kick to Alex Marklew. A bit of a raffle there. It's a free kick against Weaven. And Marklew, Sky Burgess, can line up for 2 in a minute.
I know. Well, he's got the confidence of the last one. I reckon he's going to go and top this in. I'm going to call it. He's got this.
So Alex Marklew will go back from about 45 metres out. Here, Lukey Francis, recipient of a holding the ball free kick here for the Rovers.
He's got the fast haircut too today, Peter.
It's for the ladies on the balcony, I reckon, the FUD.
Yeah.
Drop punt on the way, he's good. Straight through the middle. We've had 4 goals in 7 minutes, if you don't mind, here on O&M Live. A fast start by both sides. The Rovers 2 straight 12, the Hoppers 2 straight 12. That's on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Lukey Francis, the Rovers have answered now with 2 straight.
Yeah, they certainly have, Peter. So, as you said, a great start here at WJ Finlay as the sun starts to break through. Round 15. Sky Burgess, Blake Escott and Luke Francis with you. So, looking forward to a super contest. As we said, second versus third. And both teams coming off losses. So, North Albury losing to Lavington in the showdown last week. And the Rovers have lost their last 2 against the Tigers and also the Panthers. So, here's Gaston and Wiedemann again, back in the middle. Philo ducked under Penny's tackle. They work it well here, the Hoppers, to Hayes, and then this way. They come to Toby Hunt. Out the back it goes to Fisher. Scoops one up. Polkinghorn under a stack of pressure from the Rovers, and he's gone. So the brown and gold. Nice sharp start from then. Finn Osborne off to Brody. Here he goes, Philo, and he puts a high entry into the forward pocket. Players go up. Oh, big fist over the top from Harry Weaven. Great defensive play, and the ball has gone out of bounds in the pocket at the Evans Street end, Sky.
Yeah, maybe just a bit of lack of communication there, I think, from North Albury. You could not hear a single player talking to him, then letting him know he was hot. So, you know, just some miscommunication. You want that discipline to be in place in a game like this.
Here's Stone. His kick was smothered. Ball camped in the pocket. McCartney was a bit sloppy there, getting in the back of Fletcher Ramage. And it's going to be a free kick here to North Albury, deep in defence. Ramage with that all-important matchup on Sam Murray. He switches the footy to Hayes. Goes out really wide to the far side of the ground. A one-on-one between Campbell and Garish wins. Too strong, gets the front position. He pumps him back into attack. Where's Sam Murray? Flying high, not marking. Got to the front of the pack. He's hurt too, Sam Murray. Slow to get up as the Hoppers exit defence. Garish tries to keep the footy in, runs out of room. Boundary throw in 70 round from the Rovers goal. Sam Murray getting very high for Elite Building and Construction, Sky Burgess.
He did. If he had taken that would have been a mark of the year contender, I reckon.
Well,
but
he's already got one contender.
Yeah, he was down a little bit. I reckon he might have just winded himself because he did hit the ground quite hard, but I'll keep an eye on him.
Yeah, what a leap, from Sam Murray. Super. And the ball out of bounds again. So just outside 50, about 70 around from goal here on the far side, Evans Street end. So we'll have a look and see who can win the clearance over at this contest. As we said, Ladies' Day here at WJ Finlay. Gaston and Wiedemann. Gaston on the second attempt, just on the boot. Here's Penny trying to break the Garish tackle. Well done by Jack Garish, and the umpire has pinged Jack Penny. So Jack's away. Doesn't waste any time. Squares one up to Williamson. Oh, nice work from Hunt coming in from nowhere. Allison thumps it in. Rovers going forward again. There goes Weaven over the top with a fist for the second time on the boot, and Damon has just missed it. It's wayward and gone through for one behind. So 13 plays 12 here on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. The Rovers up, and we've gone about 10 and a half to 11 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Julian Hayes bringing the ball in from defence once again. Goes out wide, finds King. Right back pocket. Norm inside of the WJ Finlay. Kicks off a step, looking for Minogue. He's got a push in the back against McQuaid, and Minogue will win a free kick between centre and half-back. Point of the square here. Good weather at the WJ Finlay here in Wangaratta. Minogue called to play on. Chisels one towards the wing. Looking for Liam Heatherton on debut. The Rovers turn it over. Big Gaston on the left foot. Beautiful kick. Finds McCarthy. He's got a runner beside him at Stone. Put him under a bit of pressure. Minogue did well defensively. The Hoppers win it back on the wing. And here's Jack Penny.
Yeah, he started well as Jack Penny. Great delivery to Leighton Taylor. Wide out on the forward flank here for the Hoppers. Far side. Just favouring the netball court end. Inboard to Caden Winner. Having a super season is Caden. Oh. Look at that delivery. Inside 50 to Keith Talent. Sky Burgess, that was neat.
That was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? The lead was just perfectly timed as well into the open space, and the kick was out in front. It was almost like uncontested like that. He just had all the space in the world and picked his lead perfectly. Keithy
Talent looking at an early double. So he kicked one from Virtue in the same spot earlier on at the start of the term. And Keith, as he got his second, that one's come to the broadcast side and is through for one behind. So all locked up here at WJ Finlay, 13 apiece on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard, Peter.
A-grade oils and batteries opening term. We'll go around the grounds for Wang Mazda soon. Some big crunch games in the SS&A Ovens of Murray, but none bigger than this one. Second place third as Allison streams out of defence, looking for Damon. In fact, it's McCartney who took a nice contested mark right in front of our broadcast position. Still in his own defensive half here. The Rovers kicking to the Evans Street end. Called to play on is McCartney. Kicks a long one down the wing, looking for Mark Liu. Oh, Weaven. That's three big iron fists from Weaven over the boundary line already. He wants to put a hole through that ball, Sky Burgess, for Elite Building and Construction.
Absolutely, and I guess that's kind of attitude you got to come in when you're playing on someone like Mark Liu. He's out there to prove a point, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he certainly is. Harry Weaven at the Hoppers this year. Here comes a boundary throp in. Heatherton, Philo though, sharked at the ground level. Got one out. Here's Tim Broomhead, head over the footy. Look at that to Kieran Duncan. They go forward again. Minogue after it. Jace McQuaid is hot on his heels here. Josh Minogue tried to gather. Jace McQuaid, well done. Just one back front position. And the ball's gone out of bounds in the pocket. Netball court in, far side.
All righty. So a throw in. Dangerous position here for the Hoppers. 2-1 apiece. Scores tied. As Kenny Bruce rings out a go, 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 as he's been doing for 30 years for the Hoppers. Damon, not sure he got a hand pass there. Minogue, quick snap on goal. Out of bounds on the full. So Ed Damon getting a little bit of ruck time. His first game since 2021 for the Wangaratta Rovers. Signed for the Rovers before the clearance deadline. And Tom Boyd is going to be the recipient of a free kick on the last line of defence here for the Wangaratta Rovers. Scores level, Lukey, on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Yeah, here goes Boyd Panda, of course. An O&M rep for the Wang Rovers. Booth came out and Chamberlain just fisted it out of the contest. Oh, nice work from Williamson. On to Lewis, and they break through the middle to the Rovers. Brown and goal going forward inside 50 Evans Street end. King got hands to it, couldn't reel it in. Sammy Murray, look at him balking around onto that left boot. Now that's gone straight up and down in the air virtually. Players contest it. Out the back it goes. McCartney, quick boot to it. Goes again up against King, who's trying to pull him down. Eventually does so. Ball came free. Hayes was probably taken without it. Yes, and he will receive the free kick. About 20 to 25 out from the Hoppers goal, Evans Street end.
Just needed to win a free kick there, the Hoppers. Just needed to get possession because the Rovers were out. And they win it back. 2-1, 13 apiece. We've played just over 14 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Here's Caden Winter having a stellar season in his second year in green and gold, the former North Wagga coach. So the Hoppers just playing possession footy here, trying to chip it around their defensive half. Here's Ramage, wants to switch it. Reynolds, in fact it's Weaven, had to dive down low to take that mark, and they do affect the switch here with Hayes. He goes short out of defence. It's in the arms of Toby Hunt on debut for the Hoppers. He's been in the best 8 out of 14 times for the thirds.
Wonderful. Good on him. First game in first grade today in this super competition, the O&M. There goes King. Down to the half-forward flank on the far side. Over the packet goes Will Nolan. back into the Rovers lineup this week. Of course, they haven't played for 14 days. Bye last week, just a standalone game, and that was the showdown. What's going down there at ground level at the moment, Sky, for Elite Building and Construction?
I think both teams are really trying to hold their composure at the moment. They're both doing minimal rotations, and there's a sense of calm down here. I think everyone, because it's so tight, they're just trying to, not let too much damage happen and stay composed.
So 2 debutants for North Albury today in Liam Heatherton and Toby Hunt. Liam Heatherton, a little bit of ruck work now against the big Ed Damon, making his return for his junior club where he played thirds, the Brown and Gold. Played a little bit of footy down at Ocean Grove, lives in Geelong, does Ed. Big trek up in the car, like a few other Rovers boys who travel from Melbourne, and there he goes, punches the footy from the ruck contest, 20 metres forward. Mark Lou comes up and meets the footy, wheels around on that right boot and sends a high one into attacking 50. Murray just got edged out from Ramage, and Sam Murray wins the free kick, 35 metres out directly in front. The Hoppers don't like it, but that's the Murray factor, Sky Burgess, for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, he was just getting held, and he kind of knew it too. He was holding the arm back, looking at the umpire like, "You're going to call it or what?" So, that's the art and craft of Sam Murray, isn't it?
Looks like he might play full-time forward today, Lukey Francis, just to try and shake whatever attention comes his way. I don't mind it from the coach. So this for 3 in a row for the Rovers after the Hoppers kick the first 2. He'll kick from almost directly in front, 40 metres out, 9-irons it straight through the middle, does Sam Murray. He's got an early one in this opening term for A-grade alls and batteries. The Rovers 3-1-19, the Hoppers 2-1-13. We've played 18 minutes on the Macca's time clock, and the Rovers attacking 50 with Mark Lou, Damon and Murray. Looks pretty good, Sky Burgess, for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, it's interesting, the Sam Murray in full forward, isn't it? It certainly speaks to a selfless character when he's clearly trusts the rest of his team to get the job done, and he's removing the danger of himself out of the situation. It speaks very highly of him.
Yeah, it does. So Fletcher Ramage is picking him up at the moment, down in that full forward position, or about 25 out from goal, Sky. So as Blake Escott said, it really is a great idea to try and shake that tag that he's put up with for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Now, here is a whistle. Free kick going to the Hoppers.
Oh, stiff.
Yeah, here goes Wiedemann, and then thumps one in. A low driving ball, Tom Boyd. Nicely read, just getting back for the Rovers. Accidentally tripped. Won't be a 50. Here he goes, Tom. Right out towards the far side. Just left of centre wing on the far side. Caden Winner got one out to Wiedemann. This time he's going right out wide towards Leighton Taylor. Boyd on his tail. Leighton just puts up a high ball towards the pocket here. Netball court end. Keith Talent nearly got it on the second attempt. Here's Allison coming away. Oh, that's sprayed wide. Off his boot, out of bounds on the full. The Hoppers coming quickly. Hayes, Fisher left it for him. Here they go through Hunt. Tumbling ball, the Hoppers towards the forward pocket on the broadcast side. Keith Talent after it. And the ball has been called out of bounds. About 40 around from goal here. Netball court end, broadcast side.
Couple of early touches for young Toby Hunt, Lukey. He's done pretty well.
He has, Panda. Very prominent.
In the opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. So another inside 50 here for the Hoppers. Josh Minogue this time contesting the ruck. Falls to the way of Damon. Clears defence for the Rovers. Justin Lewis came through and wanted the footy brilliantly. And here they go linking up by hand. Philo streaming out of defence. Great chase by Archer Gardner. Philo just had to hand pass it to Grass, but they win it back. Here is Brodie on cue. Kicks from 60. Into the pocket looking for Sam Murray, who's the deepest forward inside attacking 50. Keeps the ball in. In fact, he doesn't. The young boundary umpire, who is the best in the business, if you don't mind, has said, Sam, you've taken the ball out of bounds, give it to me, and I'll throw it back in. Sky Burgess for Elite Building and Construction.
I think both teams had something to say about that then. I don't know who wanted it more. But yeah, obviously we trust the umpires here. He had the closest vision.
Yeah, gee, they erupted on the balcony, Sky, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, both teams. I was confused.
Yeah. Here's Broomhead out the back to Weaven, and he gets a long defensive kick out. Hayes, look at that for a mark. That is a beauty. Oh, been caught a push against Julian. So Allison will take it. And the balcony again, very vocal. Here he goes, Xavier Allison. Puts it inside 50, Evans Street end. Murray Sam, oh, he's loving it down there. Can't see him moving up the ground in a hurry.
He's been called holding the ball there, but he kicked the footy.
Yeah,
how does that work?
Yeah, not sure about that one. That is interesting.
Wow.
So, Hoppers have it as they try to work it out to Weaven. Nice. He's been busy early in the opening term. Tries to get one down the line to Talent. Reaches him. In front of Jace McQuaid. Hoppers move it quickly. Nice kick to Minogue. Now, he's got Taylor on if he wants to use him. He goes shorter to Fisher. And, I thought the umpire paid that too early, but Fisher's got it anyway.
Hand passes it to the running man, Archer Gardner. That was not his intended target off the side of the boot, but it falls to the way of Jackson Wiedemann. They worked that down the wing. They got a couple of lucky free kicks and marks that were paid their way, Sky. But Jackson Wiedemann, who's rucking today, is pushed forward, and he's going to line up from 45 metres out on a slight angle.
You'll have to forgive me, Panda. I missed that passage of play because North Albury's players, it was chaos on the bench down here. They had two wanting to come off and no one ready to go on. So they've just made the changes, but it's getting a little chaotic down here.
Looks like Weaven's grabbing the massage table. We'll watch that one as Jackson Wiedemann starts his approach. It's a really ordinary kick on goal. In fact, it doesn't even make the distance, and I would have thought distance wouldn't have worried Jackson Wiedemann there. Not a really familiar goal kicker. It's rushed through for a minor score, and an opportunity goes begging here for the Hoppers. 2-2-14. North Albury, the Rovers 3-1-19. We've played 22 minutes, Lukey Francis, in this opening term, thanks to Maccas.
Yeah, that's it. Blake Escott, margin at 5 in favour of the Rovers. Here goes Gaston. Long down towards centre wing. Damon just gone out on the full. So, not a great kick from the Rovers coming out of defence. Jack Penny with the Sharon. True centre wing, broadcast side of the half-forward flank. Taylor thought he caught one in the back. Parnell got away with it and then kicked a long ball down to the half-forward flank for the Rovers. McCartney went off the ground. Here's Jack Reynolds. Searches for a Hopper Guernsey. Gets Ramage, taken off the ball. Oh, gee, it's hot down there too. Ball out of bounds. Just right of centre wing, broadcast side, and we will have another boundary throw-in.
We'll go around the grounds, Lukey, for Wangaratta Mazda. Yarrawonga 21 to the Raiders 1. Myrtleford 27 to Corowa 18. Albury 21 to Wodonga 14. And Lavington 18 lead the Maggies by a point, 17.
Beautiful, great work. Gaston, here's King for the Hoppers. Oh, gee, that was a touchy handball to Reynolds. They're under pressure here, McIntosh. And he's been pinged, has he? No. The free kick's going the way of the Hoppers, so they got let off the hook there. High pressure.
Just for a hold. He just held on to McIntosh's jumper a bit more there, Lukey. Oh, and he's reversed it. Has he, or is it 50? Okay, so I thought the umpire, pointed the wrong way in a reversal, but he's actually paid a 50-metre free kick here, Lukey. So the Hoppers have been marched into the attacking half of the ground. Yeah,
and it seems like McCartney may have been mouthing off there, Panda, so that is interesting. Now here they go through Heatherton. He quickly got it on the boot. Leighton Taylor after it. And the chalk beats him. Ball's gone out of bounds. 19 plays 14 here on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. The Rovers are up in the first term, and we've gone about 24 on the Maccas time clock.
All righty, so we'll check in with Sky Burgess soon and find out what's going on with the North Albury bench for Elite Building and Construction. Toss back in. The Rovers by 5 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. And we've got another ball up, another stoppage inside attacking 50 here for the Hoppers, who entered this game in second position. The winner, almost to cement a spot in the top 3. Minogue did well, shovels it back out of the stoppage to Archer Gardner. He's wrapped up straight away. The umpire once again calls for another stoppage, thrown up 30 metres out from Hopper goal.
Yeah, let's have a look again. So the umpire sends it aloft. Gaston, big sweeping fist out of the ruck. Ends up in the hands of McIntosh, though, for the Hoppers. Amory, here's Elijah. High hand pass. Sam Catapan had to wait for it to Mark Clue. Back to Elijah. Left foot, rolling ball along the ground. Cullen picked it up for the Hoppers. Got it out to Weaven. Long ball inside 50. Minogue Klein. Jace McQuaid got a fist out. Alex McCarthy got swung around. Here's Jack Garish. Hayes brought him down. Archie Gardner quickly on the boot. High ball going inside 50. Oh, what a climb from Boyd with a defensive punch over the top. But the Rovers are going to get the free kick here. And Parnell is going to take it.
Yeah, for a hold against Dennis. So what a start to this game. We had 4 goals in the first 7 minutes. We've only had 1 since. The Rovers lead 3-1-19 to North Albury 2-2-14. Quarter time can't be far away here at the WJ Finlay Oval in this massive round 15 contest. Surely can't be 15. Philo marks and then chips it over the top to McQuaid. Still deep in defence for the Rovers. Gives it off to Philo and he goes long towards centre wing. Good work, the smallest man on the ground, Justin Lewis, playing in front, takes a nice mark for the Rovers. He's called to play on. He kicks to a one-on-one. Murray's going to win out in front of Ramage, and he's got it on centre wing for the Rovers.
Here he goes, Samick, left foot, and then drives it long. Mark Clue at the back, worked his way to the front. And then this ball's gone to ground. Elijah Amory at the bottom of the pack. And the umpire again to take it.
Mark Lou looks just a little slow to get up there, Sky. Did he get hit by his own man?
Yeah, it was friendly fire. Just that they've come in to get the ball after him. He's tripped and gone over the top, so it might be just a quad or a knee. He just took a while to get up, but he's up and running now.
Wiedemann quickly out of the stoppage. Ledger got a fist to it. Reynolds sees it across the line. And again, another boundary throw in here. Just right of centre wing in front of the balcony at WJ Finlay.
You can hear George Goody, the captain of North Albury, doing the running today. You can hear him through our effects mic. He's still captaining from the sidelines, is George. Out with a shoulder injury. He dislocated that one against the Albury Tigers. Dylan Stone tries to keep this footy in. He does pretty well. Hand pass eventually goes over the line and it'll be thrown back in 50 metres around from the Rovers' goal. Not long in this contest till quarter time. 19 plays 14. Game in a bit of a holding pattern as the Rovers lead by 5. Luke Francis for Wang Motor Group.
Yeah, pressure's been high, Panda. Opening term, great to see. A good contest on our hands. And that's the way it'll stay at the first break. It is the Wang Rovers at WJ Finlay on their home turf. 3-1-19, leading by 5 points at quarter time over the North Albury Hoppers. 2-2-14. This is O&M Live, and remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Clear.
Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
Hey, good work, Sky. You're flying down there.
Okay, thank you.
No, great work. Really well done. We've sort of thrown you in the deep end a little bit, but you've answered the task well.
What's your future look like?
I know.
Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Panda Escort with you, Luke Francis and Sky Burgess down on the boundary for Elite Building and Construction. Just some of our quarters best for Cavalier Homes. I reckon for North Albury, I reckon Keith Talent provided a real presence up forward. Lukey Francis, he kicked 1 goal, 1 in that quarter. I thought Jack Penny in the midfield was outstanding. While for the Wangaratta Rovers, well, Alex Marklew kicked the 2 goals in that opening term and looked to be in a little bit of form. Sam Murray is playing deep forward. So they are our Cavalier Homes quarters best. As we go down to Sky Burgess on the boundary for Elite Building and Construction. Which huddle were you at quarter time, Sky?
I decided to go over to North Albury's huddle just to see what Timmy Broom had to say. They are behind, it's not by much, but to see what he had to say to the group. And it was a pretty simple speech. He just spoke a lot about the pressure that they bring and to maintain that. And he wants them to just really attack the footy and put that extra pressure on even again, to force that extra handball, to force the fumbles on Wang's behalf so they can turn it over. The forwards had a little bit to say about forward pressure. Wang are doing that small chip across the full back line when they're bringing it out. So to man that person up and really push them in the ground.
Around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda, quarter time around the SS&A Ovens and Murray sees Yarrawonga with a 27-point lead over the Raiders. Myrtleford 33 lead Cora Rutherglen 18. Aubrey have a 5-point lead over Wodonga 21-16. Lavington lead the Wang Magpies, Lukey Francis, 24-18.
Okay.
And here, once again, the Rovers with the last 3 goals in the game. After North Albury kicked the first 2 in the first 3 minutes, they lead 3-1-19 to North Albury 2-14 in a pretty good game of footy. Pretty solid crowd. The ladies are getting nice and loud on the balcony. I don't reckon you can fit any more people on that balcony at the moment. It might collapse if you try and put any more on there. The best spot to watch footy in the Ovens and Murray. And here's Lukey Francis for Jayco Albury Wodonga.
Away we go. Second stanza, Hoppers and Rovers. A 5-point lead here to the brown and gold at the start of the second. Long border was a half-forward flank. It came from Brody Philo. Mark Clue got it out to Garish. Here's Alex McCarthy. Oh, nice. Back to Jack Garish, and they go forward. Mark Clue. In fact, it's Damon has taken the mark. 15-20 out, directly in front, and this would be the dream start of the second term, Sky Burgess.
Absolutely. Just like another quick goal. Hey, they really liked starting on their mark, and that was the perfect lead, perfect kick. Now he's just got to finish it off right in front.
Here he goes, Eddie Damon. An inclusion into the Wang Rovers lineup for this year, and he puts it through. And look at them come to him. They're coming from everywhere, the Rovers. And Eddie picks up his first at the start of the second term, and that was a handy goal on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
So we've gone around a minute in this. Getting on the end of it. And after trailing by 2 goals, they got a nice handy little 11-point lead here at the minute. Confidence booster for Ed Damon. We think he's a little bit underdone, but He's playing deep forward with little spells in the ruck. We've been saying all year, Luke Francis, that Alex Markloo needs help.
That's exactly right.
And it looks like he has the help required that might just catapult the Rovers into a deep September campaign. They look the goods at the minute. 25 plays 14. Back in the middle. Wiedemann working hard in the ruck. Don't mind him in the ruck today. Gaston not able to get a hand pass. Duncan met by 2 Rovers. A sandwich. And we're going to have another ball up in the middle of the ground, just forward of the centre circle. Sun starting to shine here. Second verse third. Wiedemann got up really high like his uncle. He used to play for the Crows. Winter's kick was smothered. Gaston kicked it the wrong way, almost in defensive 50. Archer Gardner just got Dylan Stone high, who was down picking up the footy. And Dylan Stone has it at left half back for the Rovers broadcast side.
Goes short. Stone to Allison. Handballs to McCarthy. Alex looking for a target, partially smothered that kick. Hayes goes. Mark Cludenall, he got him in the back. And then Fisher sees it out in front of McCartney. And we will have a ball up here. So directly adjacent to our broadcast spot. Sky Burgess, boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. Both myself and Blake Escott calling for the Wang Motor Group. Here comes the boundary umpire. Early stages, second turn. 25 plays 14. Rovers up. Winter. Oh, nice work. Just broke out of the stoppage. Good ball to Leighton Taylor. Now Josh Minogue's on a lead to the pocket here. Broadcast side. Good delivery and got there, did he, Josh? Yep. Umpires paid it. That was nice footy, Sky.
I think it was actually the shove in the back that got him there. He didn't look like he was going to make it in time, and the Wang Rovers defenders just tried to give him an extra bit from behind, and it fell right in his laps. There you
reckon
go.
Jace McQuaid pushed him into it?
I really do.
Ah, beautiful.
This would be big for his confidence, Josh. He can miss a couple of set shots, but if he kicks them early, he's leading the Doug Strang Lukey with 58. This would be big for his confidence on a 45-degree angle.
He's such an athletic player, Panda, isn't he? So this to bring the margin back to 5 points on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. 45 out. Broadcast side, Evan Street, and he steered that one beautifully. So 25 plays, 20 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 3.5 here at WJ Finlay.
It started...
Shanked it. It was gone all the way to the left and it swung all the way back around to the right. So, you know, it got there in the end and that's all that matters.
Exactly right. Does not matter how you kick them as long as they go through the 2 big sticks. So the key forwards for both respective sides on the board. Damon, Mark Liu and now Minogue. A good game of footy and a 5-point lead to the Rovers, 25-20 on 3&E's O&M Live as Gaston, his kick might be intercepted by Isaac Campbell on the far wing. Inside hand pass hit the deck. Fisher left the footy behind and Philo sweeps on it like a mouse on a block of cheese. He goes out to Stone. Back to Philo who kept on running. Sweeps a wide hand pass to McCarthy. Philo's going to get 3 or 4 touches in his possession. Beautiful left foot kick just over the head of Justin Lewis. The boundary line wins out. And Brody Philo, he ran a long way there, Sky, for 3 or 4 touches, but he looks ominous early in this second term for Janko Aubrey-Wodonga.
What about the mouse on the block of cheese, Blake Escott? Very nice. Back into play. Gaston, Wiedemann. Oh, just playing funny buggers. Catapan receives it back. Oh, might be gone here. Winner's got him. Yep, had long enough, Sam. And the umpire awards the free kick to Caden Winner. True centre wing broadcast side. Wiedemann saying, you can give it to me short. Elects to go longer. Leighton Taylor caught one in the back. So the Hoppers now on half forward. Leighton Taylor on the long sleeves. Green and gold comes very wide. Picks up a player though.
Young Hunt.
Yeah, Toby. Probably 70 out here. And again, a wide kick to the pocket. Oh, well done, Josh Minogue. Did he make it? He probably spilled it in the end. Yep. And the umpire called it out of bounds. So about 35-40 out around from goal. Evans Street in at broadcast side.
Just slipped out of his mitts there at the last minute. It was a good kick from young Toby. And Minogue just spilled it over the boundary line. So 1 goal in the second term. Sorry, 2 goals. 1 to Damon, 1 to Minogue. And scores at 25-20 Rovers lead. A little quick kick out of the stoppage from Fletcher Ramage, who has followed Sam Murray into defence. Okay, so that might be a tag, Lukey. We'll watch that one as the Rovers bring it out of defence. Dylan Stone just out the outreaching arms there of Charles Ledger. Wasn't able to win it for the Rovers. Over this football is Garish, who might be in trouble. No, umpire says give it to me. So Sky Burgess, I've just noticed Fletcher Ramage has followed Sam Murray straight to this stoppage. So I reckon that might be a pretty hard tag from the North Albury Hoppers, Sky, for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, definitely a fair assumption. If he's going to follow him all the way in as a fullback, you would think he's been given the task. It'll be interesting to see where that kind of ends, you know. Is he just going to follow Sam wherever he goes and they're going to roll more into the forward line? We'll see.
5-point lead here to the Wang Rovers. Early stages. Second term at WJ Finlay. Big boundary throw-in. Wiedemann just missed it. Ball bounced out the side. Murray overran it. Ramage tried to shovel the hand pass out. Good work. Penny on to Winter again. Caden, 35-metre kick shot at goal. Over the back. And he's got it. 6 points to the green and gold. That one was a beauty. And they hit the front. They regained the lead. So 26 plays 25 here on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 8 minutes. Second term, Sky.
It has. The rotations are definitely starting to come in a lot more heavy now. You know, the boys are really coming off blowing. You can feel the intensity of the game lifting. We've even got Philo coming off for a rest after that big effort we saw from him before.
He's become a goal kicker in season 2024, has Caden Winter. That's his 12th for the year. Midfielders that kick goals, Luke Francis, are worth their weight in gold, and he's added that string to his bow this year as Caden Winter. So the Hoppers regain the lead, 26-25 by a solitary point. Winter just left that one behind back in the middle. And we're going to have another stoppage just to the broadcast side of the centre circle. Good day for footy.
He's going to have to go mighty close to their best and fairest this year, isn't he, Caden Winter,
Yep.
Panda?
Absolutely. I reckon you can throw Jack Penny amongst the mix as well, and a few others. As Toby Hunt, good wide hand pass out here to Julian Hayes. His kick is wide, but it's into the outreaching arms of talent. True centre wing, right in front of the benches. Wants to come in ball with an aggressive kick. It's cut off by the Rovers. A beautiful mark here. I reckon it's
Osborne.
It is Finn Osborne. Point of the square. And he looks to half forward. Ed Damon's got too much space on Jack King, and he marks and plays on straight away.
Yeah, here he goes, Damon. Inside 50. Booth at the front. Oh, nice roving from Reynolds. Handball to Campbell. Then out the back they go to Weaven. Mark Clue after him. And enough pressure to bring Harry Weaven across the boundary line. So about 60 around from goal here, netball court end.
It is one to keep an eye on, Jack King. You could see he definitely gave him too much space, but he did also pull up a little bit. And I did notice when he came off before, he was getting some attention on his left hip by physio Paddy Stowe. So maybe he's not 100% either. 1
point lead here to the Hoppers. And this ball's going to find the chalk again here. So, again, we'll have a boundary throw-in. Gone about 10 on the Macca's time clock. Sky Burgess, Blake Escott, Luke Francis with you at WJ Finlay on O&M Live.
Second term for Jaco Albridonga. Hoppers by 1 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. This little boundary umpire, the best in the business. Look at that for a throw-in as Wiedemann just nudges Shane Gasson in the back illegally. And the big Frenchman wins the free kick. 70 from home. Kicks it into the centre of the goal area over the top of Damon and King. Weaven wants a free kick for a push in the back. It spills out the back here to Elijah Amery. Snap on goal. Across the face, minor score for the Rovers. Scores locked at 4-2, 26 apiece at the 10th minute mark of the second term for Macca's. All thanks to Jaco Albridonga.
Yeah, this is what we want. Such a close game between these two quality football teams. Will fatigue play a part in the Hoppers' legs? That's the question. We know they've come off 2 heavy tracks at Button Park, and we're talking about it in the pre-game. Will that be a factor as the final term approaches? Back on top of the ground today as McIntosh goes right out wide here towards centre wing. Boyd for the Rovers gets it on his right boot. Oh, going up high there was Heatherton. Just couldn't quite reel in the mark, and now the ball is tied up, and we're going to have a stoppage just on the arc of the 50 netball court end. On the far side, Sky, we'll go back down to you for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, you touched on it, Lukey, the fatigue of the North Albury boys. It's going to be interesting. As I mentioned, we've already had Jack King come off with his left hip getting looked at. Harry Weaven came off before and was getting some attention on his right hammy. So I think by quarter 4, these boys are really going to be feeling it.
Weaven did miss a couple of weeks, or I think 1 week, about 3 games ago with a hamstring injury. So maybe that one's following him. So we have another stoppage inside attacking 50 here for the Rovers. 26 plays 26. There's a high up and under. Goes to about 20 from goal. Rovers end of the ground. Big pack form. Sam Murray tries to break past one. Breaks past two. Flying shot on goal across the face. He's so dangerous, is Sam Murray, when he evades traffic. He's already got one and probably should have kicked that goal. Minor score, 4-3-27 the Rovers move to. The Hoppers 4-2-26. 11 and a half minutes played for Maccas. Tim Broomhead been very quiet, Sky Burgess. Is he getting any attention? Looks like Al McCarthy might be on him at stoppages, but outside of that, he's just been a bit quiet.
He has. It'd be interesting to see if they change things up going into halftime, because he can make such a big impact on the game when he's on.
Yeah, very good. We'll go around the grounds very shortly. Shane Gaston's taken the mark here on the half-forward flank for the Rovers. They're about to head back inside 50. There's the high entry, pack forming. Oh, Cullen got a hand to it. Out the back it came. Here's Broomhead. Oh, look at that for delivery. Just keeps a cool head. So composed. Winter. Caden switches it across the full-back line and picks up Julian Hayes. So they're in their back pocket, the Hoppers. Short to Ramage. Just took it and holds the mark here. So they're standing up at the moment. A 1-point lead to the Wang Rovers. Halfway through the second. 13 gone for Maccas. And goes out wide now. Allison got a fist to this ball going out of bounds. And we'll go out of grounds for the Wang Motor Group. Panda, let's have a look at our scores.
41-3, the Yarrawonga Pigeons lead over the Raiders. Wodonga lead the Tigers 29-21. And we have Lavington 32 over the Wang Magpies 25. All thanks to Wang Mazda. And Alex McCarthy looks like he has not left Tim Broomhead's side as well. So 2 hard tags happening here at the WJ Finlay to both respective guns from the opposing sides in Broomhead and Murray. A free kick here to North Albury. And it's going to be to Cooper McIntosh. Third's best and fairest for North Albury last year. Goes out wide looking for Leighton Taylor. And the boundary line wins out right in front of the beautiful old scoreboard here at the WJ Finlay, which reads 4-3-27 the Wang Rovers to the Hoppers 4-2-26. We've played about 14 minutes in this second term. Here's Luke Francis for Wang Motor Group.
On Ladies' Day, on the Wang Rovers home turf, Damon finds himself in the ruck up against Heatherton. Ball at the bottom of the pack, not coming out of there. The umpire will take it and try and split the two teams. Heatherton again, nice tap to Penny. And here he goes, Jack inside 50 Evans Street end. Oh, over the top from Boyd. McQuaid tried to get one out the side to Williamson. So they hold up this time, the Rovers. Bouncing ball here. Here's Arch Gardner. Been a little quiet so far in this game, Arch. Here he goes on the second attempt, trying to weave through traffic, and he's gone. McCartney got him. Rovers to win it back on true centre wing.
Has been a bit quiet in his 50th game of senior footy, Archer Gardner. Both Archer Gardner and Fletch Ramage for North Albury playing game number 50. As Parnell on to Philo. He loves to kick long, does Brody. Big high up and under into attack. Good luck marking that. Fist comes from Weaven. Gaston's going to give it to Sam Murray. Now he's tied up against the boundary. Will he have a flying shot? He won't. He centres it looking for Marklew. Broomhead at the fall of the footy does well calmly. Spots up Caden Winter. He's got an option in the middle of the ground. It's Wiedemann. Can he mark? He just drops an easy chest mark at the last minute. And here come the Rovers through Allison.
Out they go to Garish, and Jack goes inside 50. Damon takes it 45 to 50 out. So it would take his best. He's on the far side netball court end. Let's have a look now. He's not wasting any time here. He's going to load up straight away. He puts it on the boot, and that one heading towards the goal line. Did Cullen get a fist to it? Was it touch? No, it wasn't. It's a goal to Damon. He gets his second, and the Rovers 33 play the Hoppers 26 on the CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard.
Sky Burgess, that drop mark from Jackson Wiedemann might just come back to bite North Albury there. If he takes that mark, they're out.
Yeah, they were out, and also the lack of representation at the line then. Like, they only had one person who's tried to jump past the post. You know, if you've got tools on the line like that, that might have been spoilable.
Yeah, really well picked up there, Sky Burgess, for Elite Building and Construction and for 40 Winks. Doing both roles today is Sky. You need representation on the line. They're just basics of footy. So Damon's got his second, the big fella. And the Rovers now lead importantly by 7 points, 33 to 26. Damon doing the ruck work now. Good to see him thrown on the footy. We'll see how his tank goes. Gardner just soccers this one off the ground. It edges its way up to attacking 50. Trickles in there. Tom Boyd just lackadaisically gets brought to ground. Not sure what Tom was doing there. Holding the footy. Keith Talent wins it for the Hoppers. Goes straight away looking for Josh Minogue. Up against Jace McQuaid, wearing him like a glove. Nolan trying to win this one for the Rovers. Dennis shoots it out wide to his former North Wagga teammate in Winter. Talent runs out of room. Kicks a high one into attack. Big fist from Jace McQuaid over the boundary line. Good defensive play by the Rovers, and we're going to have a boundary throw in 30 metres around from the Hoppers' goal. That was just strange, slow-motion play from Tom Boyd. Lukey, I reckon he forgot where he was for a second.
Yeah, you're right, Panda. Game awareness was a little off there, which you don't see too often from Big Tom. Here comes the boundary throw-in. Let's have a look. Ball hits the deck. Ramage squeezes one out to Caden Winner. Allison was after him. To King. To Archie Gardner. Hoppers with possession. Ramage went to ground here. Rovers have got him tied up. Umpire to take it again. So
that was good. Sorry, Lukey. That was really good defence from the Rovers. The Hoppers just wanted to find a kick, but they couldn't.
Stoppage. Here's Sam Murray bursting out. Gets a long one for McClure. Was he held? Gee, I thought he could have been awarded a free kick there. Play goes on. Wiedemann try to get one out the side to Cullen. Rovers win it back or turned over to Polkinghorne, and they get one to Hayes.
Hayes, big hand pass wide to Broomhead. Goes short down the middle. King, fumbled a mark. The umpire called his whistle and then said play on. So right call in the end. Couple of drop chest marks hurting the Hoppers. And a ball up in the centre square, just forward to centre here for the Rovers. Damon, beautiful tap out the back to Stone. Bit of an interesting hand pass looking for Amory. Cullen's first there for the Hoppers. Campbell has to shovel it back towards Weaven. Does well. Weaven, kick down the wing, looking for Nathan Dennis. Over the head of Parnell. Talent got an awful bounce. Ramage brought to ground. Going to win a free kick here for a hold is Fletcher Ramage. It's against Sam Murray, and Ramage plays on with hands to Fisher, but ran into a bit of trouble.
He did, and then Ramage eventually got it back. Well done, Lewis, coming in at the right time. And he wins possession for his footy club. Turned over, though, to Jackson Wiedemann. Well done. Had to sit and wait for it. Now, King's on. He's got the pressure coming. Just dished out the handball. Turned it over to Philo. Here's Williamson for the Rovers. Ducking and weaving, trying to find a teammate. Here's Dylan Stone. Picks it up. Just forward to centre wing on the far side. Shocking kick, though. Turned over to Hayes and then on to Broomhead. So a 7-point lead at the moment to the Wang Rovers on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Skills just dropped a little bit from both sides here at the minute as King sends the Hoppers back into attack. Who's down there? McQuaid up against Minogue. Umpire says play on. Dennis may have just grabbed a hold of McQuaid there. Ball in dispute. Dennis dives over the footy. Goes by hand to Winter. Little quick kick looking for Talent. Good double fister came from Chamberlain. The Rovers working hard in defence here. Dennis is going to try and get the first one there. Duncan's down there. Lots of players around the pill. Parnell goes in. Umpire says trip. And a free kick to Parnell and the Wangaratta Rovers, who play on with advantage here. The umpire called advantage, but Catapan didn't want it. And the Rovers try and calm things down at the 19th minute mark of this second quarter for Jaco Orbridonga. 33 plays 26. Rovers lead.
Blake Escott calling for the Wang Motor Group. We've got Sky Burgess boundary side for Elite Building and Construction. And the second term is brought to you by Jaco Albury-Wodonga. Here go the Rovers. Oh, gee, very short from Williamson. Just picking up Sam Catapan. So they're 35 out from their own goal at the Evans Street end. No change to the score. They still lead by 7, 33-26. Big pack around the ball here. Alex McCarthy short to Lewis. Finn Osmond got a bad bounce. Look at Tim Broomhead. She's a good player. On to Polkinghorne. And then finds McIntosh. Here go the Hoppers again. Inside 50, Evans Street end. Ball over the back here. Bouncing. Parnell trying to get onto it. Came out. Knocked out in the tackle. Allison. Duncan after him. Gone.
No throw.
Oh, throw. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So Duncan, he just lost control of the footy at a crucial stage, Allison, and in goes Kieran Duncan.
Yeah, looking for Talent, not able to mark. Gets one in the back or high. Take your pick. So Keith Talent will go back for goal number 2. He's slow to get up, is Keithy, but he's going to line up here from 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Sky Burgess for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, I tell you what, the crowd is really starting to ramp up here, and those free kicks have come at a good time because the pressure is just insane. It's contest after contest, so it's going to be good for the boys to get a breath in. The siren can't be far away.
22 minutes surpassed in the second quarter for Jaco Albury-Wodonga. Keith Talent, set shot on goals, good from Keithy. Puts the arm up straight away. He's got his second. North Albury answer. They've got their fifth. 5-2-32, trailing the Rovers 5-3-33 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And I tell you what, he's forging a pretty good relationship, Lukey Francis, with Josh Minogue, is Keithy Talent.
Yeah, absolutely right about that, Panda. And what a game of footy we've got in our hands. So far in this term, we've got 2 goals to the Rovers and 3 to the Hoppers. So this is just a wonderful contest on Ladies' Day at WJ Finlay. And we're about to come back to the middle and recommence play. Good crowd in.
Yep.
Sky looks good down there.
I know, well, that's what the crowd's acting like. It's 30 minutes in. That's why I thought it was a lot further on in that quarter.
Yeah, that's it. Here's Catapan to Garish. Jack on the boot. He's been pretty lively today, Jack. Here's Hayes, sweeping hand pass out to Wiedemann. Oh, nicely done. Retreated back to Julian. Then out wide. They've lost a bit of ground here, the Hoppers. Cullen, back to Julian. And then out wide. Now, Keith Talent is after this. As Panda said, has got a double in this game so far. Now, Caden Winner, he has been absolutely everywhere. And he's about to launch in now from the half-forward flank. Just pops it up, asking for Minogue to come at it. Oh, well done, Jace McQuaid. Got there just in the nick of time. Archie Gardner picks it up. Off to Duncan. Hooks one around his body. Keith Talent again. Taken on by Nolan, and he's gone. So, well done by Will Nolan. The Rovers hold up in defence and they bring it broadcast side.
Oh, Nolan's kick is across the face and it's out of bounds on the full. Oh dear. Jack Garish tried to mark it, but the boundary line won, and Jack Penny retreats, goes back to Archer Gardner, and he's going to line up from exactly where Keith Talent just kicked the last goal. He's been a bit quiet, Archer, in game 50, but this, to put the Hoppers back in front, that kick across goal from Nolan might come back, Sky, to hurt the Rovers.
Yeah, definitely such a simple mistake in such a tight game. You really can't make things like those.
So,
well, he hasn't punished him for it at the very least.
No, he hasn't. The kick on goal from Archer Gardner is just to the near side through for a minor score, and that means scores are locked at 5-3-33 apiece between the Hoppers and the Rovers. Second versus third, round 15 O&M action, all thanks to Jaco Albury-Wodonga. Lukey, we've gone 24 minutes.
We have Peter. Here's Sam Murray. Just his outside defensive 50 for the Rovers. Steers one. So right on the arc. Here's Tom Boyd. He wants to go back, so they lose a bit of ground here. But hold possession through Allison. Gets one to Charles Ledger. In those blue boots. 30 out from their own goal. Evans Street end here, the Rovers. Score is tied up on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. We're going 25 here, second turn, so we're working up towards a long break. Duncan gets it for the Hoppers. Ends up now with Campbell. Here goes Isaac. He winds up and pops one into the pocket. Boyd sitting back there on his own. And again, the Rovers hold up as he comes back out.
Yeah, poor kick there from Boyd, though. It hung a long time in the air, and Archer Gardner came across and fisted over the boundary line for a throw-in. So Hoppers just owning the late stages of this second term. Love to be doing our 40-wing stats because I reckon they've got a lot of inside 50 repeat entries here. 5-3-33 apiece. Can't be long now to half-time. Almost 26 minutes played for Maccas. And a boundary throw-in the forward half of the ground for the Hoppers. Gaston, whistle, free kick. It's a free kick here to North Albury, is it? No one has no idea. It's Jackson Wiedemann. And he's almost within range here as Jackson. Lazy kick off a step, though, into the pocket. Was looking towards Minogue. He's given away a free kick for a high. No.
Throw.
A throw, Sky Burgess.
I think the crowd's as shocked as you are, Panda. Yeah, the umpire just signalled the old throw by Philo.
So a throw against Philo or Parnell. Take your pick. And Josh Minogue, he's pretty much in the old can bar here in the balcony at the WJ Finlay. Tied up against the boundary. Would take an almighty effort from 45. In front of the Sullivan light post here. Any score gives North Albury the lead. Minogue, drop punt on the way, is to the near side. Through for a minor score from Josh. He's got 1 goal, 1. The Hoppers 5-4-34. Nudge their noses in front of the Rovers 5-3-33. Second term for Jaco Orbradonga. Not long till half-time, Luke Francis, for Wang Motor Group.
Yeah, very close, Panda. As the Rovers work it to their back pocket. Here's Brodie Philo, the former Morris medal winner. What a player he is. So skillful. And then a long ball out of defence. Oh, Sammy. Beautiful mark. And then plays on quickly. Don't know about the handball. They're trying to get some speed on the footy. Don't mind that, in fact. And brought down.
He did put his hand up to the bench to apologise.
Yeah.
He just knew it wasn't the right one.
Elijah Amory brought to the turf, Sky. So we'll have a stoppage here. It's on the fringe of the square broadcast side. Backward to centre wing. Murray again. Left foot, high ball. Mark Clue winding up. Damon going back. Takes the mark. Now Mark Clue's. Siren beats them. Panda Stewart Booth was out. He's taken the mark, but the siren beats them.
Yeah, they were out there, the Rovers. Awful timing. And King just came off Marklew as well. So he could have went to either Booth or King or Marklew. In the end, the siren beats the Rovers. And the Hoppers lead by a solitary point here. An entertaining ball game on a beautiful day for footy across the northeast end of the border. Second versus third. Everything you want in round 15, Ovens and Murray action. Plenty on the line. Hope you're enjoying the action. 5-4-34 the Hoppers over the Rovers. 5-3-33. A halftime show for Maccas on the other side of this. On O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Day for it here across the northeast and the border, right in the heart of Wangaratta in this beautiful bar reserve precinct. You've got the Normans on one side, the WJ Finlay on the other, and a really good game of footy here on Saturday afternoon. In round 15, Ovens and Murray action sees North Albury in second place on the ladder, 5-4-34 over the third place Rovers, 5-3-33. Nothing in it, Luke Francis.
Nothing in it.
It's been a really entertaining game of footy.
Yeah, you're right, Panda, and hopefully it doesn't break open from an O&M Live listener and viewer's point of view. We want to see a close contest, so I'm not sure which way this one's going to go. Sam Murray started forward, which is we sort of alluded to in the pre-game. Where would he start to try and shake a tag if he were to get close attention again? Well, he's gone forward, and I reckon it's worked pretty well for him.
I reckon it has. Yeah, it means there's three genuine forward options that the North Albury defence has to pick up in Damon, Mark, Lou and Murray. It looks lively. To North Albury's credit, I think Harry Weaven's played a really good game in defence. A couple of really big punches over the boundary line. I think Jack King is holding up well, and Darcy Cullen down there as well. So their defence is growing. Well, I think that the Rovers' defence has been pretty good as well. Yes, Keith Tallant's got the 2 goals and has probably looked the most dangerous forward at the moment, and Josh Minogue's kicked the 1 as well. But both defences holding up pretty well. But I reckon North Albury just nudged their noses in front in that second half of the second quarter. They really sort of dominated territory, and I reckon they might just be a tiny little bit dirty, that they may be not 1 or 2 more goals in front, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right. And just a couple of entries into Josh Minogue. There was probably a couple of kicks that just fell short. They were poor, and they probably could have reached him. They'll have to tidy those up. But Caden Winter's been enormous. What a year he is having. And the Rovers, well, let's just say it's just great to see them return with some kind of energy and zest, because in the last couple of contests, we certainly haven't seen it against the Tigers and the Panthers. So they're back on deck today, and at half-time, we've got a 1-point margin by the way of the green and gold, the Hoppers.
One of our scorecard questions, Luke and Sky, was, is playing an underdone Ed Damon going to come back to hurt the Rovers? And he kicked 2 goals in the first half, Sky, and he's looking pretty lively up there.
He must have heard our questions. He wanted to prove a point. Yeah, no, he's playing really well. You could see like the boys get around him when he got that first goal and, lift the spirits, but you certainly couldn't tell.
Yeah, and you made the point, Panda, that Alex Marklew has needed help all year, and now there's another big body there. So Marklew with 2 and Damon with 2. So he certainly is sharing the load, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you've got Sam Murray with 1. So that's the 5 goals for the Wangaratta Rovers, while for North Albury it's 2 to Keith Tallant, who is playing a really handy game. He's playing either on Tom Boyd or on, I think it's Tom Boyd, because Jace McQuaid's going to Josh Minogue, and he's one of the best defenders in the comp is Tom Boyd, and Tallant's holding his own with the 2 majors. Singles to Nathan Dennis, Caden Winter, who's playing some game, and also Josh Minogue. Boundary side, Sky, there's a lot of energy down there. You've got the balcony full of the Wangaratta Rovers ladies, and it's a good atmosphere down there, and it's a pretty good game of footy ground level, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The atmosphere is electric. It almost feels like that finals kind of vibe, like the crowd's yelling, the benches are yelling, like everyone's getting into it. So, and that's what you get in a close game with 2 high-up teams this close before finals. So it is amazing. It'll be interesting to see how it goes as the days goes on. I think if it stays close, we might start to see a little bit of spice going on in the game. I think I saw just late on then Sam Murray and Ramage kind of getting into it off the ball a little bit. So you know, I think if it stays close going in the fourth quarter, it's going to get very spicy.
Yeah, gee, Blake Escott, you must be enjoying a dry deck game after coming off those 2 shockers at Button Park, and you were stuck up in the scaffolding, young man.
Absolutely, in the open air at Button Park, which does not worry me in the slightest, Lukey Francis.
He is tough.
But look, the ground's in great deck here, and the footy's up to the task. I think from a North Albury perspective, Tim Broomhead's been okay. Started to get in the game in that second half. It definitely looks like Alex McCarthy for the Rovers is picking him up, Sky. But I think one person they'd love to get the ball in the hands of a little bit more is Archie Gardner. We know how lively he is. He's quick. He's exciting. I think he's the best young player in the comp, coming off 33 disposals and 1 goal last week against Lavington. But just been a little bit quiet today, Lukey.
Yeah, and I noticed too, he plays and seems to wax very well with his brother Foster when he's in the lineup. And, of course, Foster is still out through suspension at the moment. So he'll be liking seeing Foster coming back into the lineup. At this stage, he's been a little quiet because when he does get the footy too in a bit of open space, he can put speed on the ball. And he does break away from the contest and he can get a long ball inside forward 50. So they've probably got to see him get more involved in this second half.
And someone I think the Rovers would like to see more involved is number 22, Sam Catapan, in the midfield, Sky. I think that the North Albury midfielders are going to task on Sam. I think Caden Winter, it looks like he's got that match-up a little bit, Lukey, and he's been a little bit quiet by his lofty standards.
Sam Catapan was brilliant against the Panthers. That was 14 days ago here at WJ Finlay. And, you're right, he's probably a little off the mark at the moment. But one thing about Sam Catapan is, Peter, he will go siren to siren. He will never chuck in the towel. He's a real goer. And they'll be looking for him to get more of his hands on the footy in this second half.
Absolutely. We'll go around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda. Things are getting a little bit ugly at Birralea Park between Yarrawonga and the Raiders. 12-6-78 Yarrawonga. The Raiders are yet to kick a major, just the 4 behind. So a big margin to Yarrawonga. Myrtleford are starting to kick away from Corowa. 11-5-71 to Corruthergan. 4 straight 24. Margin was only 6 points at quarter time. So that's a big second term for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Wodonga with a 4-goal quarter are leading the Albury Tigers 6-5-41 to Albury, a goalless quarter, 4-4-28.
Okay,
so
that's interesting.
That's massive. It's a massive game, massive 4 points. If Wodonga win that, season well and truly alive. They're 8-7 on the same amount of points, just percentage separating them and the Albury Tigers. So Albury could find themselves outside the top 5 at the end of the round. Lavington, 5-3-33, trailing Wangaratta 4-11. 35. So an accurate kicking for the Magpies, but they are in front by the 2 points. And usually we're saying that about Lavington, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's been the tale of probably the last 2 seasons. The Panthers, their kicking's been very wayward, but on the last couple of weeks, so that's interesting. The Maggies still have a lead with 4-11.
4-11.
Yeah.
Ray White Rural netball updates as well. Sees North Albury 2 good over the Rovers, 54-47. Corowa with a 62-42 win over Myrtleford. Albury 65 over Wodonga 49. In our netball broadcast game, Raiders have fallen to Yarrawonga 47-50. So the Pigeons, I reckon, have won 5 or 6 in a row.
Was that first versus third?
It was first versus third. I reckon the Pigeons have won 5 or 6 in a row, and they are coming hard, are the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And in one of the great upsets of the O&M A-grade season, the last place Lavington, the 7th place Lavington Panthers have knocked off the Wangaratta Magpies by 1 goal. 34-33. So well done to Lavington, who have certainly improved in the second half of the season. So that's a big result for the Lavington Panthers in the A-grade netball. Repeating the scores here at the WJ Finlay Oval between the Hoppers and the Rovers. It is 33 the Rovers to North Albury 34. Our halftime show is all thanks to Macca's. Sky, what are the Wangaratta Rovers you think will be the message from Sam Murray at halftime to get a little bit more territory in their forward half and to kick a few more goals and get it into some of their big boys?
I think they almost need to just find a little bit more space. Like they're both kind of trying to take corridor territory at the moment where they've got multiple players getting closed on and then it turns into a panic game where they're handballing and contested ball and stuff. If they can just find that more space, whether they're doing more switches or whether they're bringing it down the line, I think a little bit more space will definitely help them gain some more territory. I guess if I was Sammy, I'd probably be telling him to not that you want to wait until the last bit, but just try to outplay North. Like, they're going to be tired. They're going to be heavy. Like, if you can maintain that level, they might be thinking that North is going to drop off.
Yeah, 2 really tough games in wet, soggy conditions, North Albury. Their bye is next week, but I think that'll linger in the back of North Albury's mind, knowing that they can give it everything, knowing that they have a week off to come. So that might almost be an advantage for North Albury, knowing that they can give it everything, and then they get to have a spell, Lukey.
Yeah, you're right, Panda, and I think Sky's got it exactly right. Well, these two teams have to execute right in the second half. Their skills have to be on, because you can get away with this when you're playing a lesser team, but when you're playing a team of the same quality or the same ilk, your skills have got to be spot on, because you'll pay the price going back the other way if you turn it over. So they just got to tidy themselves up around the contest, both teams, because it could be the difference between winning and losing.
I think the skills just dropped off a little bit from both sides in the second half of that quarter. I reckon from maybe the 17th or 18th minute mark. I mean, it's reasonably warm out there, but skills just dropped off a tad. So looking for that to shape up a little bit in the second half. North Albury running out onto the ground with Julian Hayes. We're going to take a break. Our half-time show done and dusted for Maccas. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
The winning ticket in the gate wrap.
Clear.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTave by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTave, you've got this. Search GoTave today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
About 30 seconds away from restarting here at the WJ Finlay Oval. A haze over the ground. Perfect conditions for footy, no breeze to speak of, and a great game to complement a fantastic day. Second versus third, the Rovers at home, 5-3-33, trailing the Hoppers by the barest of margins, 5-4-34. Nothing between these two sides all day, and we hope you're enjoying the action on 3&E or on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. Blake Panda-Escott with you, Sky Burgess down on the boundary for Elite Building and Constructions, and Lukey Francis as well. All thanks to Wangaratta Motor Group. The third term underway for Albury Wodonga MG.
Here we go. So that slenderest of margins, 1 point is Winter. Comes out of the middle and gets one to the arc of the 50. Ends up with Leighton Taylor. Sweeps a hand pass out the side here to Campbell. Isaac, low ball, turned over. And chipping in nicely with Xavier Allison. Gerish wants it wide out. He's going to go further up the ground. Campbell going back with the flight through Lewis's hands. Here's McCarthy. Gets one out the side to Catapan. Sam, nice turn. And then gets on that left foot. Goes down the line here to the half-forward flank. Booth off his knees. McCarthy. Wiedemann nicely done just to pinch it and goes to Broomhead.
Broomhead always does something well with the footy. Finds Kieran Duncan. He goes in the middle of the ground and the Hoppers might be away here. It's with their best ball user, Julian Hayes. Not a great kick as soon as you give him a pump up over the head of his teammate in Nathan Dennis. And out the back, Charles Ledger takes the mark for the Wangaratta Rovers in defensive 50. Goes out wide. Here's the big banana Ed Damon, who's got the two majors right on centre wing. Kicks it down the line.
Look at the skills, Panda. Beautiful from Eddie Damon. And then Booth over the top. G puts Stone under pressure. Archie Garter, gets off the hook. He got him over the shoulder and Stone to take the free kick. So true centre wing, right in front of the balcony here on Ladies' Day at WJ Finlay. In he goes, Dylan. Damon got a hand to it. Penny nicely mopped up to Wiedemann, to Polkinghorn. Try to get it to Broomhead. Lewis ends up with it. Right foot blazes away across the face, and that is out of bounds on the full Sky. The Hoppers off the hook there.
They are. It was a little bit unlucky for young Gardner. You know, Stone slipped right as he's gone to tackle him, so no malice in that, and thankfully they didn't get punished for it.
So just off the wrong side of the footy for Justy Lewis. And a free kick here to the Hoppers through Tim Broomhead, who goes short right on the last line to Harry Weaven. Good kick out of defence. Archer Gardner all by himself. Had a runner beside him, which was Polkinghorn. Decided not to go to him. Went to Josh Minogue, who slipped over, and his opposing player, McQuaid, slipped over as well as Minogue goes inside 50. Poor kick, because Tom Boyd should have been paid the mark there, but the umpire said it was touched. The Rovers through Parnell. Hand pass it to Dylan Stone, who dropped the footy. Hoppers one holding the ball. Fisher dives on this. Might be in trouble. They pile on him. Ball up. 55 out from the Hoppers' goal. So strange little play there. Boyd should have been paid the mark, Lukey Francis, but the umpire said it was touched. Ball up. Gaston and Minogue doing the ruck work. Gaston down to Philo. His kick intercepted by Ramage, who's still tagging Sam Murray. Dribbles it inside attack. McQuaid off a step, clears defence for the Rovers, but Hayes is there. Intercepts across the middle of the ground for the Hoppers, and they're going to go back inside attack.
Here he goes, Julian. One of the leaders of the North Albury Football Club pumps one in. Leighton Taylor went for the fly, and he's given away the free kick. And, it's called shepherding. Oh, wow.
Wow.
So that is against Tom Boyd. Okay, Sky Burgess, did you catch that one?
Yeah, just a little bit of a block. He's not having a good run, old Boyd. He doesn't seem to be playing his best footy today. He's just had a few unfortunate things not go his way.
Yeah, so interesting. We'd have to get a replay, and we're not going to get one, but Panda, Very interesting call. Yeah, I reckon so. Leighton Taylor to have a shot, 35 out, virtually directly in front. Netball court end. This would get the lead out to 7. No. So the lead at 2 points now. 35 plays 33 on the Pulleys Corner Cafe scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 4 in the third term.
Off the hook are the Wangaratta Rovers. The kick out of defence looking for Ed Damon. Falls the way of Ramage. King just hand pass it straight back to his opposite player in Damon. He goes by hand to Philo. Runs past Penny with ease. Philo, beautiful kick across the square. Finds Catapan. And the Rovers run with space. Goes out wide to the quickest player in the comp in Jack Gerish. Isaac Campbell does well just to balk and apply pressure, but Gerish gets back on his right foot into attack. Rovers, Marklew! A wonderful Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Marklew plays on, snaps and misses. No? I reckon he snuck it through just. He has. Alex Marklew with a steal-line goal today, capping off a great play from Brodie Philo, Jack Gerish and the Rovers combining, and they get the all-important goal of the third quarter. He's got 3, and the Rovers, they're now back in front, 6-3-39, leading the Hoppers 5-5-35. Sky Burgess for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, that was great by Markley, wasn't it? He just had that height on him, and it only took him to get fingers to it, had a few bites at it and took the mark. He just is really, really strong in there.
Yeah, and as you heard from Blake Escott's call, the goal umpire was just uncertain. It took him a while, but in the end, he paid it as a major to Alex Marklew.
That miss from Leighton Taylor comes back to hurt the Hoppers, Lukey.
It certainly does. It does. So 4-point lead here to the Wang Rovers. Early in the third, as Sam Murray puts them forward again. Marklew, yep. He's got it, Alex. 40 out here, Evans Street end, far side. Gee, what a game we've got, Sky Burgess.
He just looks to be back to his old self, doesn't he, Marklew? He's got that spark going that we have kind of been missing for a little bit.
This will get it out to 10 points. Alex Marklew, yeah, he's not feeling that need today. You're right, Sky. Let's see if he can steer this one through. Pretty acute angle. Not the easiest of kicks. He lobs it up. High ball. Yeah, I think he's got it. Or has he?
Nope.
Miss.
No, he missed. Okay, one behind. I got a bit carried away, didn't I?
The umpire made you look a little bit silly there, Lukey. It looked like he was going to go double
Panda,
fister.
You know very well it doesn't take a goal umpire for me to look silly. You know that.
Minor score. Cut yourself some slack, Lukey. On the Pawleys Corner Cafe scoreboard, the Rovers are in front by 5. 40 plays 35. The only goal this third term through that man, the Fudd. So the Hoppers, over to you now. They trail by 5 as Hayes brings it out of defence. Boyd commanding in the air, taking a nice intercept mark on the far side for the Rovers. Plays on straight away. Likes what he sees inside 50. Oh, Damon got 2 hands to it. Wasn't able to mark. McIntosh is brought to ground under heavy pressure. Ball up. 20 out from the Rovers' goal. Geez, he looks imposing here, Damon. Just had to clunk that, and he would have been lining up for his third, Luke Francis.
Geez, a big boy, isn't he, Panda? He is a unit. And here he goes, Damon. Tapped it down. Hayes got it, though, off the Broomhead. Oh, kick smothered. Well done by McCartney. Just those 1%ers to dive in and get his hands to it. And we're going to have a ball up here, about 35 around from goal, Evans Street end. Boundary umpire with the Sharon in his possession. Let's have a look. Damon and also Jackson Wiedemann to contest this boundary throw-in. Wiedemann, first hands to it. Nice to Penny. Then off to Hayes. Just a short little fumble. Oh, missed McIntosh with a hand pass. McCartney goes in. McIntosh again. Try to get it to Hayes. Amory down low at the bottom of the pack. Play goes on. Hayes held up. And the umpire is going to take it. 40 out from goal, Evans Street end.
Who can hold their nerve here? Some of those youngsters for North Albury. Just a little bit fumbly. Only played the 10 or so games. High stakes. Top 3 on the line. Here's McIntosh over the footy. Brought down without it. Went back in and got tackled by Osborne. Scrappy play. And the umpire says, give it to me. I'll try and throw it up and clear a little bit of play. So we've played around 9 minutes for Maccas in this third term for Albury Wodonga MG. Another ball up, inside attack for the Rovers, winning all the tap-outs at the minute. Catapan dives on the footy. Wiedemann goes in. Cullen as well. Winter tried to play for a free kick. McCartney able to get a hand pass. Amory weaves through a bit of traffic. Osborne fumbled it. Geez, hot footy at the moment. McIntosh came off his forehead, and old Falcon. Cullen was brought down without the footy. Free kick to North Albury, and Darcy Cullen deep in defence. And a little bit of reprieve, Lukey Francis, for Wang Motor Group.
Yeah, you're right, Panda. Thank goodness we got one just to break up the congestion. 20 out at the Evans Street end. So here's Hayes, back pocket for the Hoppers, and he wants to switch it to Timmy Broomhead.
They've got nothing this side, though, Lukey.
That's it. Now tell me about the dark hair to a Timmy Broomhead. Panda, he looks like he's dyed his hair.
He has, so he lost a bet, I believe.
He lost the bet.
Had to roll the dice, and there's certain punishments that you have to do, Luke Francis, depending on what number it lands on. I think Harry Weaven leads the charge there at North Albury, so Timmy had to bleach his hair.
Well, there you go. That is great info. It is definitely a few shades darker than the last time we saw him. Last week in the showdown.
It was either bleach black or bleach blonde, and he went the black.
Bleach black is not a thing.
Well, dark black. Sky, take your pick.
Here comes Garish breaking away from the Rovers as we debate Tim Broomhead's hairdo. Inside 50, Evans Street end. Oh, juggling it, Damon. Ball went to ground. Gee, it's frenetic at the moment. McCartney, Cullen's got him. Umpire to take it. 5-point lead here to the Wang Rovers. And we're gone 10 minutes in the third term on the Macca's time clock.
On the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, Rovers by 5. He's probably showing I got no idea by saying bleach black as Winter. His kick is going to be intercepted across half forward here. The Rovers have a wall. It's Parnell. He plays on straight away. Goes into the pocket. King couldn't get there. Mark Lou could. So the Fudd will line up for goal number 4. Pretty tight angle. He'll have to kick this from the paint of 50. You watch him turn to this balcony, Sky Burgess, if he kicks his 4th goal here.
Celebration King.
Absolutely. So he's been a presence today, has Alex Marklew. Him and Ed Damon combining.
She's going to soak every bit of this up, isn't he, Panda, in front of this balcony?
Proving to be a presence are the 2 big forwards for the Rovers. So Al Marklew starts his approach, never gave it a chance.
Yeah.
Near side through for a minor score. So the owning territory here, the Rovers, have certainly come out to play in this second half. We played 11 minutes. They lead by 1 straight kick, 6-6, 6-5, 41 to North Albury, 5-5, 35.
Here he goes, Tim. Fullback position, Broomhead. Low driving kick. Look at that for delivery to McIntosh. Right on their defensive 50 paint here. Evans Street end. Goes out wide on the left boot. Good delivery to Julian Hayes. Gets him. Good to see Blake Escott and Sky Burgess getting along too on air. I was a little bit worried this morning when I came in. Things are a little frosty after the Saints defeated the Bombers last week.
I hadn't even got into him about that yet, actually.
Yeah, maybe just leave it at that, Sky.
Now's your chance, Sky. Here's Catapan.
You just worry about the Cats, Lukey.
Yeah, I think I will worry about the Cats. Panda's.
You got another ticket to September, no doubt.
Oh, it's okay without being brilliant. Here goes Lewis, inside 50 for the Rovers. Over the back, the ball goes. Nice work from Weaven. Back out to Tim Broomhead, and they repel again.
Yeah, they're just holding on here a little bit, North Albury, under immense pressure. As Ramage sends a torpedo punt down the wing. Nolan not able to mark, able to get a nice kick away, though, across his body. Lewis marks on centre wing for the Rovers. Plays on and turns it over, though, to Jack Penny, who said thank you very much. And all the numbers for North Albury in green and gold jumpers and white shorts flood forward into their own attacking half. They've been doing a lot of defending as Julian Hayes comes out really wide. Reynolds, the Mawson's concrete mark of the day from Jack, the boy from Mara, who plays on with an ordinary kick inside attacking 50. Parnell went by hand to Boyd. Chamberlain's kick was smothered by Toby Hunt. And North Albury, after all of that, have a boundary throw in, deep into attack, and probably the first 40 winks inside 50 they've had in this third term, Luke Francis, at the 13th minute mark.
Yeah, handy little mark from Jack Reynolds and beautifully called by Blake Escott for the Wang Motor Group. But, yeah, the kick wasn't so great. So let's have a look with the boundary umpire. He throws it back in now. Big fist over the top from Gaston. Ends up with Stone. Gee, he gained some good metres there for his footy club. Mark Clue tried to get rid of Hayes. Comes out to Catapan. Left foot around his body, hooks it. Damon sits under it. Oh, look at the big man. Just takes it, feeds it out to Stone. Now he's got Booth out the back. He's going for it now. Well, McIntosh, well done. Just to get a defensive fist to it. Broomhead brought to ground by Booth. The umpire lets it go. Lewis gets out the back. Thumps a high entry in here. Mark Clue. Oh, great contest. Williamson runs onto it and kicks a goal for the Rovers. He kicks a goal. So 47 plays 35 now on the Pooley's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 14 at third term. Down to you, Sky.
Yeah, that was great by Wang Rovers, wasn't it? The poor North Albury boys, they were so concerned about Mark Lew and not letting him mark that. They just left themselves outnumbered. And they sweep in and get a goal like that. You're really starting to feel that maybe the North Albury boys are tiring a little bit down here.
So a big goal to Kai Williamson, who pushes forward and makes the North Albury Hoppers pay. The only 2 goals in this third term to the brown and gold in Mark Lew and Williamson. Mini break here for the Rovers. Hasn't been much more than 2 or 3 goals in it all day. Murray. Attention from Ramage right on him. Chamberlain for the Rovers. Here they go by hand. Catapan evades a tackle. Back to Murray. Wants his left foot off the step. Inside attacking 50. Where's Damon? Mark Lew out the back. Read it beautifully. The Fuds kicked his third. Bananas another Sunjan goal of the day. And the Rovers all of a sudden lead by 3. Sat out the back of the contest. Read it beautifully. And that's making hay while the sun shines to Mark Lew. All of a sudden, it's a 3-goal lead. Sky Burgess boundary side for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row, isn't it, where 2 North Albury boys have gone up for the contest and left a Wang Rovers person to come and sweep through and get a goal. So I'd be getting a runner out to them, just let them know. But you're right, Panda, that Mark Lew celebration, he did certainly turn to the crowd on that one.
Yes, the margin out to 3 goals at WJ Finlay, the brown and gold up here on the home turf. And we know when they get their tails up, Panda, and gain momentum, they're very hard to stop.
That's 4 for Alex Marklew.
So the ball is being retrieved here. It's still over the fence at the Evans Street end.
Good luck getting it out of those kids' hands.
Yeah, I might see someone jump on a bike or a skateboard and get the heck out of here with a good Sharon.
They're signalling for another one down here on the bench.
Yeah, beautiful, Sky. Look at that. Here it comes to the umpire. He's going to put it on the boot, and that is a nice kick to Jack Garish.
Ash Broughton, if you don't mind, just lacing out Jack Garish.
Yes, a 40-wink stats there. Wonderful. Okay, back in the middle. 53 plays 35. The Rovers up here in such a big contest. An important 4 points. Second playing third. So the Wang Rovers 10-4. Sitting third on the O&M table. The North Albury Hoppers 10-5, sitting second. There goes Ramage over the head of Catapan. Ends up with Will Nolan. Back to Catapan. They come this way to Parnell. Shoots one to Dylan Stone. Hand passes over the top to Philo. Here they come again, the Rovers, as they go inside 50. Oh, Damon just got a hand to it. Bringing him down was Cullen. And this ball's going to be held up here inside 50. Evans Street end, 40 out from goal.
It's looking dangerous here, the Rovers, at the 16th, almost 17th minute mark of this third term for Albury MG. 18-point leaders on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Got a bit more time and space around the footy. Wiedemann working hard in the ruck. McIntosh brought down without the footy. Umpire says boundary throw-in. In fact, a free kick to Philo, is it? No, he thought it was. It's a free kick to Ramage, who was brought down without the football. He plays on, goes short to Caden Winter. Would love to know his 40 winks disposals today. Caden, who's called to play on and runs into a bit of trouble and has to go long down the line. Minogue does well. Comes out, long way from home on centre wing. Marks the footy. Poor kick, though. The skills from North Albury really dropped off since the midway of the second term. Reynolds links up with Archer Gardner, who gives it back to Reynolds, and they link up by hand. Here they go with a bit of excitement through Archer Gardner. Good kick towards Taylor. He marks 50 metres out. Cops a high one from Xavier Allison. I reckon it was unintended, and Taylor will take his best from here, Lukey.
Yeah, he copped it from all angles, didn't he, Pen? I reckon Fisher got him. I reckon, hang on, ball going in. Nolan at the back. Bouncing towards the front. Caden Winner tries to break the Nolan tackle. Elijah Amory on the boot to Sam Catapan. And then on the left, Sam, nice to Philo. So they're out here, the Rovers. He's got McCarthy on, gets him now. Alex back with a centre wing on the far side. They're up by 8. Here, the Rovers. 18, I should say. That makes more sense. Exactly 3 goals. Stone into Damon. So just forward to their forward flank here now. Evans Street end. 35 to 40 metre kick. Look at that for a hit. Knew he got Mark Clue. He's appealing for a free kick. Not happy. Booth on the boot. Ball's gone out of bounds here. So 53 plays 35. The Rovers up here. We're gone 19 minutes thanks to Macca's third term. Here's Blake Escott for the Wang Motor Group.
So a boundary throw, and it was touched off the boot. 50 around from the Rovers goal. The only 3 goals of this third quarter. 2 to Mark Lou. He's got 4 for the game. 1 to Kai Williamson. Wiedemann on hands and knees was Winter. Penny comes through the stoppage. Puts it on the boot. A long one to centre wing, all Rovers. And Tommy Boyd with another intercept mark. The second best interceptor in the comp. Switches straight away to Allison. Here's Murray. He'll want his left boot. Plays on. Pumps it long. Top of the goal square. Where's Mark Lou? Where's Damon? There's Mark Lou. Read it beautifully. He's playing very well as Alex Mark Lou. This will be for goal number 5. He's proving to be a real headache for the North Albury Hoppers. He'll line up from 20 metres out directly in front, Sky Burgess.
Yeah, I really liked that by Wang Rovers. That's what I kind of touched on about halftime, getting that switch and bringing it down the line. It just gives them the space to move, and obviously Mark Lou finishing it off.
So Al Mafad, goalless against Lavington. He's got 5 majors today. They're running away with it now, the Rovers. The only 4 goals in this third quarter for Albury Wodonga MG. A 4-goal margin, 59 plays 35. Luke Francis for Wangaratta Motor Group.
Yeah, Panda, so the week off has worked wonders for Alex Marklew. We know he's been carrying that, well, bad knee for quite a while now, but just a little freshen up off the 14-day break. And tell you what, he is up and about today at WJ Finlay. He's playing a beauty. So 59 plays 35 here on the Paulies Corner Cafe scoreboard. Rimmer third term, we're going 21 or close to it for Maccas. Back in the middle. So the Hoppers need to respond now. They need to answer, or the 4 points is really going to slip out of their grasp. Here's Wiedemann. Left foot, swings one forward. Keith Talent down low. Oh, couldn't reel it in. Parnell came away with it. Got it to Allison, then on to Garish. Backward to centre wing on the far side. 20-metre kick up the line. Look at that from Brodie Philo. Great control. And then on the right boot, he thumps one down. Inside 50, Evans Street and King. Oh, he had more time than he thought. Mark Clue spun around. Got it to Lewis. Chips one over the top. Great footy to McCartney. That was wonderful to watch, Sky Burgess.
Yeah, they're really just playing their best footy now. You touched on it before. Once they get their momentum going, they're just so electric. And you can see even the last goal that Mark Lou got, he ran all the way to the centre and they're all hugging and really jumping up and getting into it. So they've got that feeling, and now they're just playing even better again.
So Lockie McCartney has played on kick to goal, and they've broken away now, Blake Escott.
They have, but a couple of easy chest marks and just little mistakes for North Albury. Talent marks that ball at half forward. All of a sudden they're having a shot on goal. And then Jack King just had more time and space and dropped a really easy mark that he should have taken then.
And a couple before half-time, as we spoke about the entries into Josh Minogue, a couple fell short as well. He just couldn't quite reel them in, and now they're paying the price.
So when you're just off in this competition, you get found out pretty quick. All of a sudden, it's blown out to a 5-goal margin as Archer Gardner tries to break free from a couple of tackles. Wiedemann, torpedo punts it inside attack. Heatherton up against Tom Boyd, the young fella on debut. Liam Heatherton keeps the footy in front of him, but then just goes to ground. Tom Boyd went to hand pass it and then ran away, streamed away down the wing. Beautiful kick just to the outstretched arms of Finn Osborne. King went without the football. Winter, his hand pass intercepted by the high-pressure Justin Lewis. Here's Big Ed Damon, kicks it in towards Mark Lou. Oh, he's feeling it today, the Fard. Alex Marklew on a searching lead. He will go back for goal number 6. Alex Marklew, he'll kick this every bit of 50 on a 45-degree angle. Sky Burgess, Elite Building and Construction.
You've got some insight, Panda. Is there someone else that can go to Marklew in this situation and just try to nullify him a little bit?
The only one I can think of is Jackson Wiedemann, who's played in the ruck all day. So Alex Marklew for goal number 6 will kick this from 50 metres. 45-degree angle. Alex Marklew, he is on fire. He's up and about the FUD, runs to the bench again. They're blowing the Hoppers away now. 71 plays 35. Mark Lewis kicked 4 goals in this quarter. He's almost got 3 Morris medal votes, I reckon, Lukey Francis.
Couldn't argue with that, Panda. Yeah, he is plugged in, switched on. Well, I think he slept last night with jumper leads attached to his ears. He is electrified at the moment, Panda.
I've never heard that description in my life, Luke
Either
Francis.
have I. What am I doing?
He's just making things up now.
That's it, Sky. That's it.
I like it though.
Yeah. And what's it like down there at the moment, Sky? They're rocking on the balcony.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of calm come over the North Albury bench. There's just a little bit of quiet, but the Wang Rovers are up and about. The bench is up and about. The balcony is up and about.
Yeah, so right now, the Hoppers have got to find something because we're right at this sharp end of the season. And you don't want to have a lapse in form now. So they've got to find something that can finish off this game in fine fashion because at the moment, 71 leads 35. And the Rovers with a good, nice, handy margin in this game. Reynolds goes right out wide trying to pick up Broomhead. Here goes Tim. She's a good player. And then on that right boot, just swings it around towards the arc of the 50. What a mark. Oh, Parnell nearly took it. Now it's on between him and Minogue. He thought Josh got him late. And a bit of a scuffle or a fracas, if you like. And this will break up. But, gee, he nearly reeled in a beauty, Panda.
The umpire didn't even pay a free kick after all that. Interesting. Boundary throw in. Broomhead on this football. Goes back to Hayes. Off a step. A rare inside 50. Minogue flies from behind. Not able to mark. Brought it to ground. Penny went by hand. That was intercepted by Nolan. And Charles Ledger sees it over the boundary line safely for the Rovers. They haven't scored this quarter, the North Albury Hoppers. In fact, they've only kicked the one behind. Through Leighton Taylor. They're down by 6 majors. 71 plays 35 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. 26 played for Maccas. Ed Damon grabs it out of the ruck. Archer Gardner went one-handed. Nolan, his kick intercepted by Reynolds. Inside hand pass looking for Broomhead, who toe poked it off the ground. Fisher went by hand to Archer Gardner. Kick towards the top of the goal square. Williamson gets back in defence. Down there is Liam Heatherton. He might get it on the boot here. Can't. Pushed off the footy. Rovers defence holding on desperately. They want the boundary line here. They get the boundary line. Great work, Rovers defence. We'll have it tossed back in 5 metres around from North Albury's goal, who have all the work to do. 5-5-35. The Rovers 11-5-71 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. 3/4 time bearing down on us here, Lukey.
Yeah, they dearly like one here, Panda. The green and gold. And we just help them get off to a good start in the final term. Parnell quickly on the boot to Williamson. High ball up in the air. Hayes and Lewis in under it. Well done from Julian Hayes. Bouncing Caden Winter and McCartney meet. Ball out of bounds adjacent to the timekeeper's box here at WJ Finlay. So 71 plays 35. The Rovers up on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 27 third term.
And the third term dominated by Alex Marklew. 4 Steel Line Golden A contenders. He's sending a statement to the rest of the competition that I'm still a force. As Jack Penny kicks it inside 50 and Sam Murray takes a nice diving mark in the slips. Shane Warne style. He goes out wide to Will Nolan. They've controlled all the football in this third term of the Rovers. Parnell chips it over the top to Gerish. Goes inboard. Philo dropped an easy mark, but he's got enough time to go back on the football. Runs around Fisher with ease across half-back. Runs into trouble. Has no idea what he's doing. Chamberlain brought down at a big tackle, holding the ball. And a free kick here to North Albury. Archer Gardner streams away. He's been legged, has he? Yes, he's been tripped. Allison dived towards him. It was an old rugby league tap in the end. And Archer Gardner, as you just heard, Lukey, will have a shot after the siren at 3/4 time.
Yeah, perfectly called by Blake Escott for the Wang Motor Group. The tackle just slipped down from Xavier Allison from the hips and then legged Arch Gardner, and he'll have a shot here to the netball court end.
He's already kicked 1 point from a set shot. To say he needs this goal and the green and gold need it is a huge understatement. Starts his approach. Kick on the way is never near it. Has it just scraped through? I think it has. So it's through for a minor score. Probably sums up North Albury's quarter. Just the 2 behinds. 5-6-36. Trailing the Wang Rovers 11-5-71. Alex Marklew kicked 4 goals in that third term, and They've broken this game right open, have the Wangaratta Rovers on their home deck. Stay with us. Plenty more to come on the other side of this on O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Welcome back to the WJ Finlay Oval. A 35-point lead to the way of the Wangaratta Rovers, who put their or stamped their authority on this ball game in the third quarter. It was only a 1-point lead to North Albury at half-time. They came out and kicked 6 goals to none, and they lead by 35 points here on 3N's Own Him Live. 71 plays 36. Blake Panderescott with you. Sky Burgess is also down on the boundary for Elite Building and Construction. I heard the microphone on there at the huddle, Sky, and it was pretty easy to guess you were at the Wangaratta Rovers huddle, and Sam Murray just singled out the importance of the pressure at three-quarter time. He couldn't have been happier with the third quarter from the Rovers. Well, we don't have Sky with us down there.
Yes, sorry, you do. I was just turning my headphones back on. You guys are 2 steps ahead of me.
Sky, Sam was certainly very impressed. I heard through your microphone at that three-quarter time huddle, very impressed with the pressure.
Yeah, he was. He had a lot of good things to say. The whole atmosphere, the players are getting around each other and everyone's super happy. He's super happy with the pressure, especially the forward pressure that they're putting in. The mids are working. They're winning the ball. Just their willingness to compete together. Like you said, he hasn't seen them play like this with this kind of spark in a while. So super, super happy. But obviously just said to the boys, it's 0-0. You know, let's start again and let's celebrate every little bit.
Alrighty, so the Wang Rovers, our Cavalier home scored his best in that third term. Well, Alex Mark, Luke Francis, he kicked 4 goals. He's got 6 for the day, and he was outstanding. While for North Albury, not really sure they really had a player that applied much pressure or had it their way at all in that third term. Maybe Jack Reynolds. He was pretty good. Julian Hayes has tried hard all day, but certainly fell away from a team and individual perspective in that third term. Here we go, fourth quarter underway for Cavalier Homes. Here's Luke Francis.
Yeah, the margin at 35, and here goes Wiedemann. Out of the middle, long left foot going inside 50. Oh, Minogue couldn't quite reel it in. Boyd, after it now, left foot, nice. Deft touch to Dylan Stone. So they take control again, the Rovers, at the start of the final term. Here's Sammy Murray. Just trying to work out where he can direct this ball. Gets around McIntosh on the mark and then kicks a shocker off the side of his boot. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. So Jackson Wiedemann to take possession here. Backward is centre wing on the broadcast side.
It's going to take every chance, do North Albury. Really poor kick. Murray not able to intercept though. Dropped what he should have marked. He brought down Minogue though. He went by hand. A couple of players fall over. McCarthy went into one, a contested ball onto McCartney. He flicks it out wide to Nolan. He's got a bit of time and space down the wing. Chips it over the top beautifully to Catapan. They're on firing on all cylinders at the moment, the Rovers. Early stages in this third term. Catapan with a footy on centre wing.
Sam, well done by Arch Gardner. He didn't give up on the play. He mowed down Sam Catapan, and Sam kicked it out on the full because of that pressure. Here's Polkinghorn. Oh, picked off by Lewis. Now Justin, 80 out. They're kicking towards the netball court end here in the final term, the Rovers, and that one's turned over to King. So we've seen a few turnovers here at the start of the final term. Jack gets it to Penny. So Jack to another Jack. And here he goes, JP. Handballs out the side to Fletcher Ramage. And then kicks a short one. 20 metres to Keith Talent, who's a long way from home. Keith now goes into the middle and nicely marked by Cam Chamberlain, and the Rovers have another chance to go forward.
Read that beautifully to Cam Chamberlain, and so did Archer Gardner, likewise, who picked off that beautifully. He's been brought down in a tackle, a sling tackle apparently by McCarthy. And Archer Gardner wins the free kick for the Hoppers in the middle of the ground. On to Winter, into attack. Flying from behind was Ledger. Got really high, not able to mark. Nolan exits defence. Stone with a beautiful one-handed mark on the painted defensive 50. Plays on. Kick, though, is poor. Out of bounds on the full. Skills just falling away a little bit here in this fourth quarter for Cavalier Homes. And Jack Reynolds has it. He goes short to Caden Winter.
He does. Lewis mans the mark. Back to Reynolds. Onto Arch Gardner to Reynolds. Over the top. Nice to Wiedemann. Couple of Rovers on him. Polkinghorn spits one out the side. Back to Jack Reynolds. To Hayes. So many handballs in close here. Ball in dispute. Allison. He overran it. Lewis got hands to it. Here's Will Nolan weaving away. Off centre half back. Nice kick to Jack Garish. He loves to go on a bouncing run, Jack. Flicks one over the top by foot here to Stuart Booth, who's been a little quiet today, Stu. Then a long one inside 50. Look at that. Over the top to Damon. runs in, kicks a goal. The Rovers are back. They are back big time in season 2024, and they're marching towards finals now. So 77 plays 36 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 2.5 final term, Sky.
It has. I'm just keeping an eye on a young North Albury boy. He's been...
Jack Reynolds.
I was going to say he's been lent over with the trainers in front of him. The contest was down here before and he took a long time to get up and he's still hunched over, but he did wave off the trainers, so hopefully he's okay, but I will keep an eye on him.
So Ed Damon kicks his third. Over handballing and good pressure by the Rovers. Forced North Albury into a turnover and they were off to the races. 41 the margin, becoming a percentage booster here for the Wangaratta Rovers as McIntosh breaks out of the middle. Good kick out wide to Keith Talent. He's played pretty well today for North Albury. Kicks just over the head of Minogue. Tried to go the one hand. Nolan did well. Went by hand to Allison. Hot on his hammer was Leighton Taylor. Jack Gerish keeps his footy in. Gets around Nathan Dennis, who's been pretty quiet today. Allison, his kick smothered out of defence. Picked up by Winter. On the outside of the boot, back in towards Minogue. But McQuaid, who's done a really good job all day, is Jace McQuaid. He takes a defensive mark and goes by hand to Catapan. The Rovers by 41 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Boyd across to Dylan Stone. D50 Evans Street end. Yeah, so the margin at 7 goals now in favour of the Rovers. I must say, didn't see this coming. Here's Broomhead. Oh, just built the mark off his chest. McIntosh, left foot entry. Gerish.
What happened there, Sky?
Sorry, you have to excuse my gas. Oh, they've just brought the tackle down last minute and really slung his head into the ground.
Yeah, McIntosh and McCartney it was. Sky. Now play goes on. Julian Hayes loads up. High one to the goal square. Oh, has that made it over the pack? Keith Talent. Now this will be interesting. Now the field umpire will have a conference here with the goal umpire. I thought that initially may have gone through for a goal. Keith Talent was right on the line. I don't know. I don't think the goal umpire made any call here, so he could be confused in this play.
I reckon it's a point.
Let's see. I reckon he might give it a goal. No?
Full up.
Yeah, I reckon he was confused, that goal umpire. And
it's a mark to Talent.
It is going to Talent. And runs in. And kicks a goal.
Luke, he did look confused, didn't he, the goal umpire?
Yeah, I don't know if he quite caught what was going on there, Sky. Anyway, it's a goal in the end to Keith Talent for the Hoppers.
It was a long kick from Julian Hayes that I thought went through.
I did too, initially, yeah.
Keith Talent on the last line for the Hoppers put his jukes up, sort of double grabbed it. So the umpires were just checking to see whether he juggled it over the line. And in the end, they paid a mark to Keith Talent, and he breaks a run of 7 straight for the Wangaratta Rovers. And the Hoppers bring the margin back to 35 at the 6-minute mark of the final quarter. 77 plays 42 for Work Locker Wangaratta. Here's Toby Hunt, one of 2 debutants for North Albury. Sends one up the true centre half forward. Talent brings it to ground. Ledger. Hair pass went to ground. Leighton Taylor went in there. Allison stole the footy away from him. Chips a 1-2. Goes out wide. Look at this. Sam Catapan is all by himself. Alex McCarthy with an inside hand pass. Damon's all alone. The kick just had to hit him on the tit. It didn't. Weaven came through off defence for North Albury. Hand pass it to Polkinghorn. And he goes by hand to Broomhead.
Tim, true centre half back, short one to Caden Winner, on to Penny. Well, Gaston was closing, got his kick away though. Ledger through his hands. And then Fisher after him. Will Nolan joins the contest. Well done. Just got out of trouble. Well, tried to get it to Shane Gaston, who had his back turned to the play. Gerish flicks one over the top to Philo. 77 plays 42 at WJ Finlay. The Rovers up. We've got a 35-point margin, or 6 goals in favour of the brown and gold. Here's Gerish. Nice to Allison, to Finn Osborne. Circles around, gets one of the forward flank. Look at that. To Catapan. Now they're about 70 to 75 out from home. Netball court end. Sam needs an option here. He's not happy with what's on forward of the ball, so he goes back to Philo. They're about to come in now. Left foot, high one, going to on towards. Oh, Damon got rid of his man and took the mark, and he has been very prominent, Sky.
He has. Like you said, that extra forward target up there, as well as Marklew, it's like they're spreading the workload, and it makes it really hard to defend.
So he'll make contact with the Sharon from 45 out, netball court end far side. This would get the margin out to 41. Tough kick, Panda.
Very tough, but he's on form.
He is. And he misses to the outer side. So 78 plays 42 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Rovers up. Macca's time clock has gone 8 final term.
Even 6 goals. The lead is Tim Broomhead. Like something down the middle, it's Heatherton, who just overran the football. Talent flicks it on to Reynolds, who goes by hand to Fisher. Reynolds goes out wide to Campbell. He'll want his left foot here. Williamson knew that, brought him down at a big crunching tackle, and he's been pinged holding the ball. Not sure he had really any prior whatsoever then, did Isaac Campbell. And a free kick here to Kai Williamson and the Rovers, who have hunted North Albury in this second half. They've been superb. Sam Catapan tied up against the boundary. Kick towards Damon, not able to mark. King did well. Hand pass sort of went to ground. Broomhead likes what he sees. It's Julian Hayes who runs into a Stewie Booth wall. Got rid of it at the last minute. Penny, Duncan, they link up by hand onto Hunt. He goes out wide to Taylor in North Albury. Can just take a little bit of sting out this one, far side of the ground, just backward of the scoreboard.
They linked up beautifully there, the Hoppers. A lot of possessions, but they kept the Sharon. He's poking on. Backward to centre wing. And then a short one into Jack Penny. Just left of a centre. Comes broadcast side to King. Damon mans the mark. Now, was Jack away there?
Yeah, it's 50. Damon just knocked the ball out of his hands a little bit there.
Yeah.
So it had to be, it had to be 50.
Okay, now he'll be taken within 35 of goal. The man on the mark at least will. And that's Sam Catapan. He's still pleading his case, but it won't be overturned, Sky Burgess. And Jack King will have a shot here to the Evans Street end. Must go through. So let's see if Jack can kick a major for the green and gold. In the sleeves. As a hush comes over the crowd here at WJ Finlay. Round 15 O&M action, and that one coming back beautifully. Nice kick from Jack King. So 78 plays 48 now on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Final term. The Rovers up. Macca's time clock has gone close to 10, Sky.
You got me now? Oh,
that's
much better. I don't know what happened then. Yeah, they're really just, like, the Hoppers needed that, didn't they? They're feeling very flat down here. So, you know, when you get those goals, you need to get the momentum going and get up and about. But they're just very, very flat. I think he's certainly feeling that fatigue that we questioned maybe they would get.
So 2 in a row for the Hoppers. Brings the margin back to an even 5 goals. 78 plays 48 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Beautiful read by Sam Murray out of defence. Kicking into the pocket, looking for Marklew, overrunning the footy. Out the back, Justin Lewis runs onto this like a little greyhound. Comes in board. Marklew out of midair. Went the old volley just across the face of goal, through for a minor score. He's having that sort of day, Marklew. Wouldn't have surprised me if that one went through for a sausage.
You're right about that, Peter. When you're up by this much and having the day he's had, you can try those things, can't you?
79 plays 48. Rovers up on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard as we tick up towards the 11th minute mark for Macca's in this final term.
Beautiful. Tim Broomhead, long ball out of defence. 50-metre kick. Ledger couldn't take it in. Hunt got hands to it. Here's Nolan. Been good in the final term. Off to Osborne. Finn on the right foot. Sends it down towards the goal line. Ramage got hands to it. Lewis on the line. Goal. So fortuitously ended up at ground level, and Justin's gone off the deck, and they pick up another. So 85 plays 48. The brown and gold well and truly home here on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone 11 and a half. Final term, Sky Burgess.
You just put the nail in the coffin, Lukey. Signed, sealed, delivered, you reckon?
I reckon that is well and truly it, Sky.
Yeah, no, yes. I do agree. I don't like to be the first person to make the call, you know.
I thought you were losing it down there, Sky.
No.
So 85 plays 48. He was like a big centre forward for Manchester United, just a little tap in.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Was Justin Lewis.
Blake Escott.
It was in the right place at the right time as Liam Heatherton goes by hand to Caden Winter. Bit of a tumbler to half forward. Taylor was ripped off the footy. Reynolds, it looks like he's playing a little bit forward. Hand passes it to the debutant Hunt. His kick really wide. Gerish's first one there. Did really well to get around Jack Reynolds. Comes in board to Ed Damon, who's been a big presence. Oh, look at him sell a bit of candy, Big Ed. He's got a bit of confidence. Kicks it to half forward. Well done, Justin Lewis and Fletcher Ramage. Amory went by hand to McCarthy with a look-away hand pass. Broomhead, did he get McCarthy high? Umpire says no. Ball it up. 40 metres out from the Rovers' goal. McCarthy has played on Tim Broomhead all day. He's done a pretty good job, Lukey Francis, for Wang Motor Group.
Certainly has, Panda. Margin at 37. Rovers up. Lewis try to knock it on. Ends up with Booth left foot out of the pack and a steer line goal of the day. A cracker to Stuart Booth in the final term, and the game is well and truly on ice.
Big goal there by Stewie Booth, who gets amongst the action. And they're running away with it now, becoming a percentage booster for the Wangaratta Rovers.
It is.
As we just go around the grounds for Wangaratta Mazda, Yarrawonga leading by a big margin over the Raiders. Myrtleford by 38 over Corra-Rutherglen. Wodonga holding on to a 14-point lead against the Albury Tigers. 72 to 58. So that's massive at the Albury Sports Ground. And the Maggies, 55 over Lavington 46. So a 9-point lead to the Wang Maggies, Lukey.
Very good. What a round 15 we got in the O&M.
Absolutely. And a 43-point margin here at the WJ Finlay Oval. 91 plays 48. And the Rovers are marching towards a top 3 finish in season 2024 as Gerish runs away again. Here they go again. Big long kick. Ramage did well. Booth trying to break past one, break past two. Went by hand to McCartney. Kick towards the top of the goal square. Broomhead takes the mark on the last line. A mark or out of bounds on the full. Take your pick. As Tim Broomhead goes with a bullet. That was a tracer bullet out of defence. Finds Callum Fisher in defence for North Albury. Wants to go down the corridor. Good kick. Hunt did well. Just dropped the mark. And Allison, like a good defender, sweeps up for the Rovers. And they're on again out wide, Lukey.
Osborne goes over the top, Panda to Philo. And then Brody thumps one in. Look at this. High ball to the goal square. Hands to it. Lewis, he might have got another one. No. Touched. And across the line here. 92 plays 48. The Rovers in front on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard in the final term. We're going 15 for Maccas as Julian Hayes brings it out from the fullback position straight up the middle. Trying to find McIntosh. He got a fist to it from behind. Comes out the front whistle, holding the ball. And this one is going to Nathan Dennis, who's been pretty quiet this afternoon, it's got to be said, Panda.
Kicked one goal in the first quarter and hasn't really been sighted since. As Reynolds chips it over the top, just hit the ground in front of Wiedemann. It has to give it back to Reynolds. Wiedemann stayed on the ground as Reynolds tried to hand pass it to him. Rovers want ball. Wiedemann out the front to Toby Hunt, who's brought down, and a big Cam Chamberlain tackle is the young man over the boundary line, and it will be thrown in 50 around from North Albury's goal. So since the 5th minute mark of the opening term, when North Albury kicked the first 2 goals of this game, the Rovers have piled on 14 of the last 19 goals, and it's been all Wangaratta Rovers. They lead this ball game by 44 points. Archer Gardner out of the stoppage, kicks it to the top of the goal square. Talent got 2 hands to it, falls the way of Dennis, who snaps on goal, and it's across the face through for a minor score. Good pressure from Charles Ledger at the last minute. 7-7-49 the Hoppers. The Rovers 14-8-92 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. We've played 16 minutes, Luke Francis, for NZ.
15-6-3-E. This is O&M Live, round 15. The Rovers and the Hoppers. Blake Escott and Luke Francis calling for the Wang Motor Group, and Sky Burgess on the boundary for Elite Building and Construction. We're going to have a boundary throw in, 60 around from goal here, Evans Street, and on the far side. It's getting cool here, Sky. Getting colder.
I don't think it's too bad for once.
Oh, thanks, Sky.
Sky's sitting down on the ground, loving life down there.
I actually just weather checked because I thought normally by this time of the game it's really dropped and you're feeling the chill, but it's only dropped 1 degree since the start of the game. So that just shows what a lovely day for footy it is today.
Just brought you in beautifully there, Sky, and you pulled the rug from underneath me. Arch Gardner. Oh, that's wide. That's wide and out of bounds in the pocket. Evans Street and on the broadcast side. So it really hasn't worked today for the Hoppers, Panda, and the Rovers have been in full control of the game.
Certainly have. Shot on goal from Archer Gardner wide. And a boundary throw in right next to the point post. North Albury kicking to the Evans Street end. Thrown back in. Minogue down there. Dennis went without the footy. McQuaid intercepted by Talon, who's going to snap his fourth.
Yep.
Well done, Keith Talon. That's 7 goals in 2 weeks for Keithy. And he's certainly providing a target for the North Albury Hoppers. That's his fourth. Score moves to 8-7-55 North Albury, trailing the Wang Rovers 14-8-92. A nice snap from Keith Talent, Sky Burgess, as he comes off boundary side for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, it's the whole thing with new footy now, people getting dragged after they kick a goal. Hey, now that rotations are just preset, it's always the worst timing. You kick a goal and then you come running off.
You know what I find really amusing about that too, Sky and Panda, is that you never see blokes run harder than when they've got to come to the bench.
It's strange.
Yeah, if you ran
Find
that,
this second wind.
Yeah, if you actually ran that hard when in general play, but blokes sprint double time to the bench. Here comes Sam Murray bursting out of the middle onto that left foot. Look at that for a kick. Oh, Stuart Booth got hands to it. Winter tried to get one out the side. Booth, he's got it. Stewart's got it. Oh, it's a behind.
He's missed.
My apologies. Blake Escott was just shaking his head profusely.
It's harder to miss than kick that, I reckon, Lukey.
He's saying, Luke, he hasn't got it, mate. What are you going on about? Anyway, it's a behind.
Just rushed it a little bit, did Stewie Booth. Had a pretty much an open goal and dribbled it through and missed it. 93-55 as we start to think about our Harvey Norman betting player of the day. I reckon it starts with M and ends in W just quietly. As Archer Gardner called to play on, the ball was touched. Caden Winter off a step, goes out wide. Wiedemann runs really hard to mark that footy. Left half back, far side, likes an option inboard. Dennis straight through his mitts. McCarthy hand passes it back to Murray, off a step really quickly. Bounces in front of Polkinghorne. The last one down there for the Hoppers. He's in trouble. He's brought down in a big crunching tackle by McCartney. Holding the ball, play on advantage. Mark Lou hand passes it onto Elijah Amory. And the Rovers will be celebrating Ladies' Day tonight. Champagne will be flying.
Oh, yeah.
15-9-99 as Elijah Amory bangs one through. The Hoppers 8-7-55. A big crunching tackle, Sky Burgess, by Lockie McCartney, and Elijah Amory was the recipient.
Excellent work by McCartney, wasn't it? He just corralled enough to not let him step around him and took the time to take him on front on. And then, you know, it was really great that even though they played on, the boys all made sure to get to him and reward him for that tackle.
Did anyone forecast this, a 44-point margin? I mean, the Wang Rovers have just picked themselves up off the deck after 2 poor performances, and they have rebounded big time here on their home deck at WJ Finlay this afternoon. Here we go back in the middle. Catapan got swung around by Winter. Reynolds tried to dish a handball out. Gets Julian Hayes. Then over the top. Oh, Hunt. Nicely done. Just got it on to McIntosh. Inside ball to Reynolds. They go forward here. Now Minogue out the back with Jace McQuaid. Super contest. Hunt running onto it. Boyd came from the opposite direction. Williamson got it on to Boyd. And they go wide and pick up Dylan Stone.
He goes out wide. Well done, Taylor, who intercepts for the Hoppers at half forward. Almost falls over as he traces back. His kick smothered by the big Frenchman, Gaston. King into the pocket. Poor kick. Garish not able to mark. Minogue comes out and meets it. Left foot kick all alone. Duncan. Kieran marks. He was all by himself. Just a bit of breakdown of communication by the Rovers. And Kieran Duncan will line up from pretty much 25 metres out directly in front. Travelled from West Wyalong in from pre-season. Did Kieran Duncan. He's moved to the region. It's a big trek, Lukey.
You told me that about a month ago, Panda, and I was floored. I couldn't believe it. Just super commitment from this young man, Kieran Duncan. All the best to him. Deserves everything that comes his way.
So Kieran Duncan, kick his first major of the day, and the 4th for North Albury in this final term. Makes no mistake. So Duncan puts a major through for North Albury. They move to 9-7-61, trailing the Wang Rovers 15-9-99. The Stingers definitely gone out of this one. Sky Burgess boundary side for Elite Building and Construction.
Yeah, it has. It's definitely flattened down here. Both benches are very quiet indeed. But it's great for North to be still getting the few goals here and there, because even though they're not going to win the game today, you need some confidence, you know, that you can stay in it or that you can do well against this team coming into finals, because they're certainly going to meet again.
Yes, so at this stage, who are the Hoppers got next, Panda? I might get you to have a look for us. As Murray out of the middle, trying to weave through traffic. Nicely done to Jack Gerish on the forward flank broadcast side. And then Jack goes in with a nice entry. Look at the vision and the skill to Alex McCarthy. Alex McCarthy gives Jack the thumbs up. And Alex to have a shot here from 35 out directly in front, netball court end.
Around the grounds, Wangaratta 62 over Lavington 52. So a 10-point lead, the Wangaratta Magpies over the Panthers. And Wodonga holding on to a 2-goal lead over the Albury Tigers, 78-66, Lukey Francis.
Very good, Blake Escott. Margin at 38 at WJ Finlay. Now make it 44. The Rovers 105. Lead the Hoppers 61 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. And the Macca's time clock has gone over 23 in the final term as we go back down to Sky Burgess for Elite Building and Construction.
Thank you very much, Lukey. I tell you what, the balcony here is starting to get absolutely rowdy. I think those drinks are flowing, and with the wind the way it is, it's the crowd are very happy up here.
When I went in at half-time, just to use the bathroom, Lukey, the females in there were playing music, they were playing games, and
they were
getting very loud indeed.
I should have popped up and joined them.
You should have, Sky. A couple of UDLs or a couple of champers as Brody Philo sweeps on the restart here out of the middle. Beautiful kick. He pulled it at the last minute to Justin Lewis, who marks in front of Polkinghorne. Party time here at the WJ Finlay. He's already kicked 1 goal. Margin sits at 44. This would take it out to 50. Justin Lewis. What about that kick from Brody Philo, Luke Francis?
He's so elite by foot, isn't he, Panda? Absolutely brilliant.
So he's been everywhere, as Justin Lewis. He's got 2 now in this last quarter. He's got the 2 hands in the air, does Justin Lewis. Margin out to 50 points. 111 plays 61. 17-9, 111 to 9-7, 61. A big win to the Wangaratta Rovers. And this will put them into second position. They were 22%, I think, behind North Albury coming into this game. So this will wipe a bit of percent off North Albury, Lukey, and we know how vital that will be come round 18 and finals when we're trying to work out who will finish where on the ladder.
Yeah, that's it, Panda. And as we all know, you're only 1 win away from getting a season back on track. Hey, so they had to wait 14 days. The Panthers really did a job on the Rovers here a fortnight ago, but I'll tell you what, gee, they've turned it around this afternoon. There goes Wiedemann, long inside 50. Pack goes up, Boyd to Gerish, to Catapan, back to Jack. Left foot, kick wasn't great. Jack King, and over the top to Arch Gardner. Oh, very short that one, picking up Fisher. The umpires paid it. Copped an accidental kick to the head from Cam Chamberlain. So Fisher here will take his time with this one. 111 plays 61. The Rovers in front here at WJ Finlay. And as we've said, it's a ladies' day here. That balcony will be rocking tonight. In they go, the Hoppers. Oh, nice mark. A good one from Leighton Taylor. So we're up to almost the 26-minute mark here, thanks to Macca's. Handy play, this guy, Pena.
Yeah, when he gets a run and jump at it. He's had a very injury interrupted 2 years at North Albury. He just needs a consistent crack at it, Lukey Francis.
Always plays in the sleeves, does Leighton, and that one curling back and gets it through. Nice kick from Leighton Taylor. So they get another, the Hoppers, 111 plays 67. They trail on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Macca's time clock has gone over 26 in the final term, Sky.
It is. It's really, I feel like North Albury are just waiting for the siren to go at this point.
I think both sides are just quietly Sky Burgess. There's been 11 goals and bugger all defence at all in this final quarter. Game has certainly opened up. And the margin sits back at 44 points. Every point vital in season 2024. We'll just go around the grounds once again for Wangaratta Mazda. Magpies still 10-point leaders over the Panthers, and the Dogs holding on to a 2-goal lead over Albury. McIntosh for the Hoppers finds his left foot, Goes out wide. Leighton Taylor's going to be the first one there, but he slips over. Sums up North Albury's second half a little bit. And the Rovers through Catapan. Move it out nice and wide. It's been marked by Stone in front of the scoreboard. You like seeing that if you're a Wangaratta Rovers fan. Osborne has been everywhere in this final term, Finn. Goes backwards to Sam Murray, who's just done what he's needed to today. Heavy attention from Fletcher Ramage, certainly in the first half. They switch the footy beautifully. Boyd comes out wide to Jack Gerrish, who's swapped wings, Luke Francis.
He has, Panda. Here he goes, Jack. Inboard to Jace McQuaid. It's a floating kick to the arc of the 50, bouncing ball. Ends up with Weaven for the Hoppers. Over the top to Tim Broomhead. Tim, 25-metre kick. Penny had time to get it out to Fisher. Close to siren time at WJ Finlay. Rovers lead 111 to 67.
Good mark by Heatherton on debut, Lukey.
Yeah, here he goes, the young man. Sam Murray came in on Cullen. Philo off the ground. Ends up in the hands of Sam Murray. He's going to wheel it out here to Cam Chamberlain, who kicks and finds, over the top of Lewis. Weaven goes in. Alex McCarthy goes again. And we're going to have a ball up here. True centre wing on the broadcast side.
We certainly are. So the Rovers will leapfrog North Albury into second position on the ladder at the 28.5-minute mark. Almost 29 gone for Maccas in this final term. All thanks to Cavalier Holmes. Diving over this football was Catapan. Lots of contributors today, the Wang Rovers. I think there's no surprise who our Harvey Norman betting player of the day will be in terms of Alex Marklu's output with 6 majors. 4 of those in the third term when the game was really there to be won. Philo has been good today. Gets a free kick for a hold. In the centre square, plays on straight away, finds Dylan Stone, who edges his way into attacking 50. Dylan Stone, first half of the season white for him with a knee injury. It's his 6th game in a row now for Dylan Stone. As the siren sounds here at the WJ Finlay. And the margin sits at 44. Dylan Stone will have a kick after the siren to make it 50 and to put the icing on a sweet, sweet cake for the Rovers. It's touched through for a minor score. And the siren sounds. A big win, 17-10-1-12, the Wang Rovers over the North Albury Hoppers, 10-7-67. A statement by the Rovers, and they moved to second on the Ovens and Murray ladder in season 2024.
They're back on the rails, the brown and gold, there's no doubt about that. And a nice little handy crowd turning out to support their home team today. And they'll have a big night on the balcony. Oh, hello.
Alex Marklew has ice on his knee.
Yes, he does. So hopefully that's just precautionary.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit flat, does our Marklew.
Yeah, Sky, you didn't see him coming off prior to full time there, did you?
No, it must have been very closer towards the end. You know, it could just be precautionary. They're that far in front.
That's it.
Good player. You give him a rest and chuck some ice on at the end of the game. But you know, I will speak to him, so I'll make sure to ask.
Yeah, very good.
He's talking to the North Albury captain in the pink there, in George Goody. Geez, they love him out there, the North Albury Hoppers.
Wouldn't they what? Yeah, he's one of those real genuine goers, and I'd love to get Foster Gardner back as well, wouldn't they?
So a big win to the Wang Rovers, a real statement in season 2024. They needed to come out and prove a point today after losing 2 in a row to Albury and to Lavington, but it was probably the way they lost those games. But on their home deck, they're a much better outfit, and they've answered some critics here in season 2024. And Sky Burgess is just swooping around the players down there on ground level. I reckon she's going to wait for Alex Marklew to shake everybody's hand and then say, come over here, Alex. You're a Harvey Norman betting player of the day. We'll get a photo for our O&M Live Facebook and Instagram. Make sure you give that a follow if you can. As Sky goes up to Alex Marklew, boundary side. She just takes a photo, asking about that knee. Sky?
I know, you throw him down to me too quick. I'm trying to take a nice photo of him and everything. I do. I have the FUD with me from Wang Rovers. Look, mate, you played an absolute pearler yourself, but I guess the one thing I've got to say is the team really seemed to have its spark back today. Like, that's the best I've seen you play in a long time. Was there anything in particular that you've done leading into this game that's made it turn around?
I think as a team, just getting players back. Like, we carried a few injuries and had a few out last week, but just to get a lot of our leaders back in the side just makes it a bit better to adapt and play a bit better. But having Big Ed Damon down forward and being able to utilise Muzz as well just helps me out a lot, like massively. That's probably where we struggled in the past, is just having more targets up forward. So, yeah, it worked well today, that's for sure.
Yeah, it certainly it strengthens out the defence. They're not just all stuck on you for once. But your knee, I've got to ask, I know you've had a bit of issues with it. It wasn't strapped today when you've probably had it heavily strapped in the past, and you're icing it now. How is it? Like, is that just precautionary or?
Yeah, ice precautionary. I've just got a pretty bad bone bruising. It just keeps hanging around, so just trying to manage it. But I think, not taping it today helped me sort of free it up a little bit. So, just keep managing it and hopefully it goes away.
Yeah, and you kicked a few goals, but we've got to say I did see the flying kick mid-air. What were you thinking doing that? You just had a few, you were just trying to get one through cheeky?
Yeah, I thought I'd better try, make it a bit harder for myself. I don't know, I felt like it was a bit too far forward. If I'd have been down, I might have done a hammy, so trying to protect the knee.
That's fair enough. I'll let you get in there and celebrate with the boys. That's an amazing win in 2v3, so congratulations.
Awesome, thank you. Love your work. You guys do an amazing job, so good stuff.
Good on you, Elmer Fudd. He's a ripper. 4 goals in the third quarter, 6 for him today. And our Harvey Norman betting player of the day, and a big win for the Wangaratta Rovers, who moved to second on the Ovens and Murray ladder with a 55-point win over the North Albury Hoppers. Well done, boundary side, Sky Burgess. We'll follow the Wangaratta Rovers into the rooms. We'll try and bring you the song. We'll see if our wireless microphone reaches. We might not be able to get in there. But a big win to the Rovers, and he was fantastic, especially in that third term, Lukey. We caught the premiership quarter, and when the game needed to be won, he really stood up, and he mentioned it there, the, reign that he has in that forward 50 when he has somebody else down there and Ed Damon. Gee, that they look a much more dangerous proposition, don't they?
Yeah, you're right, Panda. And as we know, when Alex Marklew is on, the Rovers are on, and they're so hard to beat. So, as you alluded to, just after the final siren, if we had any questions over the Wang Rovers leading into this one, well, they can now be dispelled because they have responded and bounced back in fine fashion. It was an emphatic win today, and they've come away to a big win, 112-67, as they head into the sheds.
They certainly do. So Sky Burgess is heading in there as we speak, and as I said, we'll do our best to bring you the song here.
Here we go.
Oh, it's packed in there. Sounds pretty good. Is there a happy birthday in there, Lukey?
Might have been a happy birthday. Sometimes there can be a few phantom birthdays.
Exactly
can't be
right.
Panda, yeah.
Exactly right.
In these situations, we're a lot smart. We're pretty smart here on O&M Live, so we can work those things out. Yep.
Big win to the Wangaratta Rovers on Ladies' Day. Second versus third goes the way of the brown and gold. 17-10-1-12 over the North Albury Hoppers, 10-7-67. Plenty to come on our post-game show for Wangaratta Motor Group. A big win by the Rovers on 15-6-6-3 East O&M Live. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTave by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTave, you've got this. Search GoTave today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community. .0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.